Shalom, all praise due to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstones, bring that to the truth. Peace and salutation, brother Thumb, to all the sincere Akil that's laboring in the
Pull
truth.
it back a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I
We
could.
out here another week, prophesied
continue this up.
downfall of America, aka Babylon Break.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I got something real quick. Something right. Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Right, and that's what we're doing. We're prophesying. The word prophesied to say before, right? What we're saying before that America as a whole is still going to know that America is about to be destroyed.
There you go.
All right? Don't be over the destruction. Before this, it's going to be famine, it's going to be good colors, it's going to be war, diseases, it's going to be more pestilence on the earth, you know? So we have to come out here as watchmen to warn the people and tell you all the things that's going to happen before they do. Colossians 1:26. The prophet was prophesied for peace. When the words of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him. We're not in the time of peace. We're in the time of war. You know? And you got certain false prophets out there that's telling you that James thinks no such thing as business trouble, no such thing as you know, that's going to be all hell breaking loose on this earth. Well, those are false prophets, man. And we're such people in the street on earth, you know?
Colossians chapter 1, verse 6. Even the mystery which has been hid from ages and from generations. Right, it reads on. But now is made manifest to his saints.
In these last days, he's going to turn it back to the Lord. The Lord's going to build a remnant, okay? And they're going to put on the name of God in the first place. And they're going to believe in the last
We were saying earlier, Isaiah 30:9. And this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh.
talking about our people, man. Our people are stiff-necked, so-called black okay? They're hard-headed, stiff-necked, respect the wicked ways. You know, this is stubborn, rebellious. Now, the Lord is going to give you wisdom. Pestilence, okay? Out of way of concentration camp, seek the wild beasts. You know, so the Lord's going to put upon you. Scourges, remember areas. It's like it's punishments, whippings. So, famine, right? Pestilence. Okay, the words of that those in the repentance,
Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right there.
right? So the seals to the vision, right? When the Messiah, they asleep, and now we hear, you know, the real things that's going to happen. You know, as far as all out destruction, you know, all out chaos. You know, that's what's coming here to occur throughout the whole earth.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Alright? Don't talk about, you know, a miracle being destroyed. Don't talk about, all the bad things that are written. But we gotta give you the full truth, man. You know, you can't cherry pick what to bring up. We gotta give you the whole 100% truth, man. Alright? And we would be false prophets if we did. You know? We gotta tell you the real story of what's going to happen, man. Okay? And there ain't nothing nice, man.
Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits.
Yeah, prophesy the truth, man. That's how people like it. You know, they like to hear a lie. They like to hear, you know, something to rock from the truth. You know? And the Lord ain't with that, man. You know, he set up his men as the prophets, as we believe we are his men, okay? Come back to you know, telling you people that this is what happened. You have the war, all right, World War III is around the corner. You have the MOTB, okay? All these things that are happening right now in the earth, you know, right now they're trying to find ways on, you know, pushing that business purpose, you know, trying to eliminate cash and then bring out this digital doctrine.
Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness,
They went to
and
this
stay
day
thereon.
for Clayton.
That's a majority of they trust in the system. They trust in this government. Here it is, you got the CDC, right? They just made some new guidelines concerning the whole COVID-19, that all that shit that they was forced to do
I was
a couple of months ago, man, they no longer because of nothing different. Now everything is like, you know, it's something on each other. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows you that you can't trust your own government. You know what I mean? What's the uproar? What's the outcry? You know? You've been lied to.
No, but well.
It's like you took a shot at Drano. You know what I'm saying? You put that Drano on you, now you now put that ultimately you got all these stupid soccer players, they running on the field. You know what that does to the heart? It excels the heart rate. You're not in the street, the heart will race to that cardio rate. So with that ultimately what happens is that they expire. You know what I'm saying? They pass out. Cardiac arrest.
That's the last one, like you said. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly and instantly.
You know, all the people that basically, you know, believe in the system, you know, you're gonna fall by it, man. All right? Trust in this government, and this government, you know, it was just all that was just a test. And a lot of people fell, man. Fell horribly. You know? That's why that's just a good place to go. They got the brand
Right fast. Isaiah 31 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Go to them that go down to Egypt to help, man. You know? All you that put your faith in America, okay? You're gonna be better off, man. Simple as that, man. You're gonna put trust in the government, and this government is gonna beat you down all the time. Ultimately, you're gonna destroy it.
Yeah, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many. Because you got a couple of black faces in the military, Latino, Native American faces in the military, they're not free. You think the military is going to stand up for the violence that's going on with the right? And first of all you military men, you're just a bunch of copperheads for the elites, man. You know? You're a bunch of sacrificial beasts to the Rockefellers, to to the Rothschilds, to the Vanderbilts, good nothing. Okay, they sent you out there to fight the proxy wars that wouldn't even come to pass if it wasn't for them. Because Esau is a football. And no, there's a lot of money to be made. And it started off down before insider trading. That's what Esau is doing. He's playing both sides, man. You know, because of the wars. Because of the wars that he's financing these nations. You know what I'm saying? To give them proper weapons to fight the war. Okay? This man is at death. That's how he started.
War makes money.
And they say World War II so-called got us out of depression when we was in high school. That's what they say, yo, World War II got us out of the depression. I mean, it's kind of, you know what I mean?
And it costs them because they are very strong. They look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
That's what you're supposed to do with trust in, man. Not in man. You see? You're supposed to trust in God, Hashem, okay? Because he's going to lose on your behalf as far as you're Israel. Put your faith in the Most High now. You say you have a shot. You know? Don't trust in this system, but this system is better than fail. You know? That's what we're going into right now. It's going to be a time where you're going to have to depend on the Hashem shot, because this devil is going to script everything. You got this devil, this false shot. He's saying that this shot owes others, and you have it.
That's a murder. That's why you may take out a loan on a house or something like that, and because hey,
Hey, all day. Y'all about to good to see you again, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go rap in a minute. That's what they did. They got the people off that land by means of violence, man. Okay? Nowadays, you have them so-called Mexican, you might have a brownstone in Brooklyn, they knock on your door, let them call and shit, they'll give you cash for your house. You know, what they'll do is renovate it eminent domain is another thing. You know what I'm saying? They want to build something that's gas
I can't do it no more. And this is understatement. This is how bad y'all are.
all right?
Man.
Hey, the Lord is bad, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is bad, okay?
They want to go to the point where, once you get the chip, they can turn it on and turn it off. So that's basically, you're going to be a slave to your eats, man. Your own children are going to do it.
So then your children, the state owns your children, right?
And you should get that system.
Once you're born, once you reach the waters, like a ship pulling into the birth. When you born, it means of this waters. And the birth, the doctor, certificate of manifest. Once that signed, that's it.
But it's in the law of the Most High because if a slave, which we are slaves right now, whether you believe we are in the hands of captives. You may not know them by name, their families. We are surely in the hands of our captives. Let me ask you a question. Before you pay taxes, have you ever seen them? No, you haven't, right? No. Guess what? You're still 87,000. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what, man? You ain't never seen them, but you still gotta pay them. Okay? Those are the people that are paying tax, man. The elites, the ones that's taxing, right? We are the hands of our captives. And the Lord goes out. If a man is a slave, he had a child that was born to him, you can't take that. That child is the slave master's child. Okay? So Esau looked at it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure? Not even open. I got. Yeah, good? My car's right there. I got more in the car. Oh, okay. The water, brother. Appreciate you, man. Definitely, man. The water. No problem. That's the spirit, man.
He was sold to the nations, not for the destruction, but because he used the full sight to rob them and deliver them
So it wasn't that. The fact that the Lord had these nations those particular nations having lots of captivity. That's what it was. Right?
Number 7. For ye forgot him that made you like sacrifice unto the devil and not to the Most High.
Romans 11:7. What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeking for, but the election has obtained it, and the rest is blinded.
Okay? That's the Lord that remembers that in us, man. That we are the sons of God. Romans 8:16.
The YouTube search engine the other day, GMS Bolivia. Sure enough, when Jacob and the Latino tribes, North Kingdom, and guess what? He was breaking the street down.
You asked her for it? I'll ask her. Yes. Hold on.
That's how this world is.
This is what Psalms chapter 19, verse 2. Day unto day, uttereth speech, and night unto night, sheweth knowledge. There is no speech, nor language, where their voice is not heard.
Because why? All right? This is what the thing about it. Sometimes regions, so whatever we're saying, English is the
Appreciate bringing stuff.
So guess what? You got brothers out there in LA, they got a whole Hispanic channel. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, it don't stop right here, man. You know what I'm saying? This thing here, like the apostles, going back to that time, they were speaking in different tongues. When you go into the churches, what they tell you, if the pastor will be up there, he start coming with some bullshit. All that bullshit, he start coming with some magic. And the minister said they were speaking in tongues, meaning they were speaking a different language. Why is that? Because you had Israelites even back then. So any of them, Medes,
Acts chapter 2, verse 5. And there were dwellers at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men,
yeah, Jews. Okay? So-called Negroes. Right? That's at the mountain. Okay?
devout men
Right?
out of every nation.
Out of every nation, man. So nothing has changed to this very day. You got people migrate to this very day. People always migrate, man. People migrate down south and go up north, or they up north and they go down south. Especially the north of the south.
from the rest of the race of the world. Migrated from Texas all the way to
Out of every nation under heaven.
Israelites dwelling in every land that amongst these other nations to this present day. But you can say we are the sand of the sea. You know?
Verse 6. Now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that everyone heard them speak in his own language.
Heard him speak in his own language. So that was one of the cloven tongues. That Russian wind, it tells you about the Russian wind that came and the cloven tongues fell upon the apostles. They spoke in different languages. Right? So now had these great assembly of Israelites because they were privy to the law. They knew they had to come to Jerusalem 3 times out of the year. The Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of First Fruits of the Young. That's right. The Feast of Tabernacles. Okay? The what? You know what I'm saying? So they was up there. And guess what? They didn't know necessarily speak the same language, but they knew they were kin. They had the fringes, they wore the garments, they wore the mitris, whether or not they wore phylacteries, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they all came in for the same purpose. So a lot of times it was how you call it, kind of like a miscommunication because you a Jew, I'm a Jew, but you speak this language, and I speak that language. A lot of them have fell away from speaking the Hebrew after being in that land for such a time, but they probably knew certain words. Because guess what? They was reading the scrolls, man. I'm saying that. Yeah?
Verse 7. And they were all amazed and marveled.
They were shocked like, oh shit. Like they wasn't using no goddamn Rosetta Stone. Right? In that moment when the clothing tongue, they started speaking a different languages, right? Okay? And guess what? Yahweh said the things that I can do shall do in order.
Behold, and not all these will speak Galileans,
Are they not all Galileans? These guys were pretty much like, they copied this language, right? Their brothers were pretty much copied to that language. So the guy, so he's broken. Because guess what? The apostles, a lot of them didn't come from the Christian experience. What they say about Yahweh, right? Because they come out of Nazareth, that was the gutter. You know? Motherfuckers rob you, have the stores and shit, man, rob you, dirty, whatnot, man. Yeah. I mean, there's nice parts everywhere. That's what people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? I kind of nice girl down there. Brownsville, I don't know. If they start gentrifying that, once you start seeing Starbucks in Brownsville, it's getting a little nicer.
They started some areas out in Brownsville where they start putting condos. Nobody moved there yet. But they started. So I'm like, yo,
Going down like Church Avenue, and you cross over
like if you were like
yeah, used to go all the way to the hill.
like if you were Brooklyn, Cypress, not the project, Cypress Hills area, and you pass there, and then you like out this lane and going to Woodhaven, you see it start changing, like it's more safe.
That's what they call it. See what I'm saying?
Acts 2 verse 9. And how ere we every month in our own tongue, wherein we were born, Parthians and Medes, and Elamites,
These were predication. You know what I'm saying? Like astrology. You had Israelites that was going among them, going back there. Okay, you might have never been, you know what I'm saying? I got you, bro. All of a sudden, you live in experiences. Their parents were born over there, this generation they over here. Guess what? They don't even speak the French. Those people, they don't even have an accent. You know what I'm saying? Say your parents are Jamaican. They got kids over here. Go back to the Yankees. Go back to the accent. All that was happening back there. See, they got the book that sound like the Bible says. Okay?
Parthians and Medes and Elamites and dwellers in Mesopotamia.
See, it says, and dwellers in Mesopotamia, they were living down there. And they were established down there. They had homes down there. They had businesses down there. Right? Mesopotamia region. Matter of fact, Abraham was from out there. Okay? He told me, Mosai told him, come up out your father's house. He told his father, come up out of there and I'm going to build you. So you've been had, you know what I'm saying? That's just how people are. People migrate. You know what I'm saying? Tell them about Job. That's an Edomite thing. That's pretty much not too far from Israel, but it's outside. Because Esau was dwelling on our borders. And you go into the Bible. It was on the south of Judah. I know the book of maps will show you exactly where you have Moab, Ammon. They were all dwelling around us. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. This is good. See that when you check it out? You had these different nations dwelling among us. You see how you got Judah right here, then you got Idumea. Now we always tell you that's the Greek way of saying Edom. All right? So they were right there. That's why there was always a goddamn fight on our side. So when we pissed the Most High on the Most High, just send their asses over there to jump on us, man.
Parthians and Medes and Elamites and dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and in Cappadocia. In Pontus and Asia.
And Asia. You know what I'm saying? So Asia consists of India is a part of that. You got Asia, major Asia minor. And you had Israelites all up in Judah.
Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, and Egypt, and in parts of Libya, about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome.
Strangers of Rome. You know how you know what I'm saying? How Paul's letters was to the Romans. Yeah, Paul was he had Roman citizenship, man. Which he strategically played that card when he was in the camp.
And
when Bill Clinton started playing that sack, the niggas like, oh my goodness, nigga. It's like $6 $2 to the people. You know what I'm saying? No, that dude's a straight Edomite, man. He just know how to hoodwink you niggas, man. You niggas is easy, man. You know what I'm saying? You're easy to get, man. Hoodwink you. He got his little office up there in Harlem. So William Jake, back in they said Harlem, that they had like lines in Harlem. They'll put wet clothes out there. They had the lines all the way up. Wet clothes out there, let them dry. Bill Clinton came down and said,
It's a little bit expensive.
man, all that shit, get that shit, get the lines down. You know what I'm saying? So these niggas have to start paying to dry your clothes now. So he already came and just put a jab on the people. He put a jab on this out there, man.
Who's a proselyte, Greek, and Arabian?
Arabian. Is that talking about Arabs? No. Not talking about Arabs. It's talking about Jacob that was born in the land. Okay? And back then, they know, this Ishmael and so on and so forth. There were certain nations they didn't know about. They might have lost their you know what I'm saying? Esau actually was. Esau been trying to hide himself. Where Romans telling other Edomites that you're Edomites. Romans, no, you're both Edomites. You know, you're both Edomites. That's true to this very day. That's your brother. That's your brother. That's your brother. Nick, French, they hate Americans. Guess what? You're Edomites together. All right? You're all Edomites. Ain't no getting around it.
Edomites are fighting.
That's right. See, I can tell you've been around. You can tell that man's been around. He said Edomites are white. I can tell you've been around, man. 'Cause this is where the truth started at, man. This came on my home, man.
That's them.
I was visiting like
Marco Polo went over there, right? And he got gunpowder. Marco Polo. So he got hold of gunpowder. Because that's like they try to pontificate that there was never cars out here. There's been cars out here before. They had fucked up history so bad to make it seem like it wasn't.
That's true. That's what the so-called white man does. He gets empowered. He try to say in a race history, like your husband, where they sought to
They ain't studied them.
change their name. Yeah, that's what the so-called white man does. When he got into power, he started to deface the idols. Okay? So they distorted history.
Yeah.
That's why people are running from like the icon. That's why people are running around thinking to this very day that the Lord is a so-called white man.
Hey, how can that be?
That's another how this man was going to exile.
First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
Hammurabi's code, Justinian's code, all this madness, that all really go back to the Bible. These are the original laws of how man should live civilly. You know what I'm saying? And certain things he should abstain from and whatnot, things that are decent. These are really comes from. Okay? So this is the law right here. So they laid open the book of the law, right?
We're in the heathen.
The heathen, who are the heathen, man? The other nations. But it's really talking about the so-called white man. Because back then they were in power. This is going into the Greeks.
had sought to paint the likenesses of their images.
Sought to paint the likeness of their image. So instead of the different frescoes being of dark-skinned men, all right, woolly hair and whatnot, it became so-called white people, Caucasians, with stringy hair. Okay?
Yeah. Like dog hair.
To the point they couldn't hide all the images.
Right.
You know, even to
The
this
Caucasus Mountain.
Huh?
I'm sorry. The Caucasus Mountain is still there, right?
Yeah, George. George and Russia.
In Russia, right?
Yeah, George and Russia.
Guess what?
Yeah.
And you know, before I go, they are spitting in a black man's face. Fuck reparations because they owe us too much. You know what I'm saying? They owe us more than an apology. They owe us land. They owe us. They owe us.
Guess what?
They owe us.
We ain't gonna get, we not gonna get, we ain't gonna get that, you know what I'm saying? What we gonna receive is something even greater, you know? Like Ezekiel, the 25th chapter. And because the Lord's gonna deal with retribution. It's a well-documented fact that our people in hardcore slavery, you know, were chastised, you know, treated unfairly, so on and so forth, murdered, you know, castrated, things of that nature. Shit, we was even eaten.
Eating.
Yeah. There's a book called The Delectable Negro.
The electrical
It's
minerals.
called The Delectable Negro.
Yeah.
What happened was, on those slave ships, you had, you know, we were down there in the bottom, and they also had food cargo, you know? So, say for instance, the food run out. Okay? You think they'll try to grab a line and fish for something? No. What they did, they went down there, and they would eat the slaves.
Oh my God.
See that? How disgusted that man was? Because why? That's the truth, man. That's how despicable this man is, man. When I say this man, I'm talking about the fucking so-called white man. All right? Okay? Some about these jakes in the world, when they realize the truth is wrong. I was back, you know, years ago, and I had the book about section where he showed his face. You know what I'm saying? This book, he started to break down and crying, man. You know? Because that's how despicable this man has treated you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives throughout history. Right? What he tried to do was hide his fucking dirt. But the both sides exposing his ass, man. Right? His skirt's being lifted. They tell the black kids, now, they tell the white kids, y'all gonna get up out of here half hour, an hour before. You know what I'm saying? But that incites, you know what I'm saying, riots, it's violence, man. That's what these goddamn somebody's done. They deserve, you know what I'm saying, to be chastised for what they've done. And they're gonna get that. With that.
with Ezekiel, right?
Yeah.
It's Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 12.
Right.
It says, thus says the Lord God, because that Edom has dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended.
Right. Because he has dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and has greatly offended. Okay? Who did you offend? You offended the Most High. Right? Because unbeknownst to you so-called white people in you other nation, the true people of the Most High are the so-called Negroid, okay? So-called Latino and Native American heritage, right? All right? We go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? So when you put your hand on us, you offended the Most High because the Lord put his name on us, man. Okay, the Lord didn't put his name on no other nation, man. That's why we are known as Israel, which in the Hebrew is Yahshua. Okay?
He said, he that touches you, touches the hand of God. And you harm the nation of Israel, it's like you harm the Most High himself. So you're going to come and find out when you read the scriptures, there's only one people that the Most High has affections for. You've been taught in your churches, you've been taught growing up that God doesn't hate. That's a lie. Man. When you read Malachi, the first chapter, it tells you that what? Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So in order the Most High to perfect his love for one people, he has to perfect his hatred for another people. That's the balance. Everybody on this earth fall between these two people, Jacob and Esau. Right? right? And it says what? Jacob is the beginning of his that follows. So the end of this road, the end of this rulership, is the end of all nations that rule on this planet Earth. What's the birthright? The birthright and the blessing that was supplanted and taken from Esau is everlasting rulership, man. Everlasting life, immortality. See, they going through what? Technology try to extend their life. All right, trying to upload their consciousness into a computer. That defeats the whole purpose of being flesh and blood. The scripture speaks about the glory of the flesh, man. They want to take your humanity away from you and turn you into a robot. But we had to tell you that the next rulership that's coming is the nation of Israel, man. Ruled by Yahweh. That's what's coming down the pipeline, man. And you people gonna come to the rude awakening that God is not for everybody in this planet. He's going to like a brother in kingdom. He's going to and out of these people in this time, there's a remnant of the elect that he's going to bring out of this planet, bring out of this society. Because America is going to be destroyed, man. All right? When you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, it speaks about them suffering eternal fire. That's going to be brought here to America, that nuclear destruction, man. It's going to feel like an eternity when whoever's in that fire, whoever's being burned up, it's going to feel like that thing's going to last forever. Like it's never going to come to an end. That's the fearful thing of falling into the hands of living power. Because y'all mock and sloth us. But at the end of the day, who's the joke on? Why should we get mad when the Most High blind you? The joke's on you. You could not remember. Yahweh used to do miracles and say certain things that everybody would start laughing at. In the case in point, when the little girl was passed away, and he said she just sleep, don't worry about it. And everybody started laughing, man. So Yahweh had a morale and discipline about him. He didn't let that shit phase him. Most of the people was against him. Most of the people laughed at him right in his face off the things that he was saying. So how much more would we speak? We're not here for everybody to believe us, man. We're here for the people that the Most High chose in what we say, and for the rest of the people to condemn. That's what it's all about. It's all about salvation and who's going to be condemned. Because the second coming is real. All right, the second coming of who the world could be called Jesus Christ, which is Yahweh. And you got to understand what he's coming to do. He's coming to take the crowns of nations. Get that in Revelation where he says, well, upon his head is many crowns. What do you think? When you read about the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, it's saying on his horns he has crowns. So who's this rulership that's in the power right now? See, these other nations, they're illegal, so but this is Esau's rulership. This is Esau's domain. That's why they got to what? Everybody got to trade what? In the American dollar. Whether it's oil or petrol dollar. And all these other nations, they're trying to get away from it. They're trying to become self-sufficient without America.
Revelation chapter 19 and 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head, verse 11. It said, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true.
And what that white horse symbolizes is the so-called UFO, the chariots of Israel. That's why when you go in the Quran, it speaks about Muhammad leaving on a white horse, because they took that from the scriptures without the understanding of what it symbolizes. Right? You're not going to see a whole bunch of horses in the sky when the Lord returns. Like if you ever watch a cartoon X-Men, they always have the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And then people actually think it's actual horses that's going to be rolled in the sky. There's a reason why the media block against the UFOs is open. There's a reason why it's trying to turn it or you on your TikTok or your YouTube, there's people catching signs of these so-called UFOs. Because that's the time that we live in. It's a time for the revealing of the Most High's angels. They want to be seen. Because best believe, if they want to go unnoticed, nobody would know their existence, man. They deliberately showing themselves so people could catch them with cameras so it could spread throughout the earth. They're exactly right. That's why I said this is a curse that's going to go throughout the whole entire earth. It ain't a curse for us. It's a deliverance for the nation of Israel. It's a curse for all these other nations.
It's a righteousness, he will judge and make war.
That's right. But I thought we was taught that Jesus is going to bring peace to all the earth. It says the righteousness does judge and make war. That's why when you read Revelation 12 and 7, it says what? There's a war in heaven. Now people think that means where the Most High's domain is at. No, it's talking about right here in this atmosphere that you can see. Meaning you're going to see Esau's fight against the so-called UFOs crashing in the sky. Checks that cost millions of dollars to make, blown right out the fucking sky. That's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see Michael the Archangel with all the rest of the angels fighting with Esau right here in front of us. Right while the deliverance is happening. Dust and smell smoke. That's right. And you people, you're going to witness it. The people that's alive to make it up to that point, you're going to witness the angels, Yahushua himself standing upon the chariot, giving the commandments, all right? And the angels going around destroying these so-called military powers.
This is the etymology of the word heaven. It says Old English, Elophant. It says home of the Most High. It says firmament, the visible sky.
The visible sky. In the ancient world, everybody referred to the heaven, all right? And the sky as the heaven. But we know there's three heavens. There's the third heaven, the second heaven was the United States, and the third heaven was right under the firmament. So that's where the war is going to be fought, man.
No.
So you're going to have what? You have all these other nations, they're going to be fighting against each other. They're going to stop fighting each other, and they're going to fight with Yahushua. And the angels, Michael the Archangel, all right? So it's gonna be a hell of a fight scene. See, remember, life is a movie first, all right? But they program people to look at movies, like that's why I was saying happens, it was just like a movie. Back then, before there was any TVs, life was always an exciting thing, man. All right? You got 10,000 Philistines on one side, you got 10,000 Israelites on the other side, and they'll clash, man, and they'll fight. But it said this war is gonna be what? On fire. Fuel and burning. What was that? Isaiah 9? So they got you looking at TV like, oh, this is something that can only happen in the movies. When life is way more exciting than what you see on TV. But they don't want you to look at it like that. They want you to be all in tune to what's going on outside of you. Instead of realizing what the Most High got set up for the society.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. Every battle of the Lord is won.
Right, because in the ancient world, our people will go with the priest. The priest will give his speech, blow the trumpet, and guess what? And they'll start clashing, man. It'll be nothing but screamings and swords clashing, chariots clashing, arrows being shot. All right, people wounded, being dragged off the battlefield, man. That's how it was, man. There was no timeouts once the war got started. Once you clashed, that was it. And it was nothing but chaos.
Garments rolled in blood.
That's right, because you got hit with an axe or sword, you think it'll just be a superficial cut. There'll be blood spurting everywhere, man. You go to somebody, slice him in the neck, blood gushing everywhere. Stab him in the midsection. In the scriptures, the strategic part was under the sixth rib, man. Fifth rib. All right, under the fifth rib. That was the defense of the heart. There you go. And that was a kill shot. So in the ancient world, it was nothing but confusion and noise and blood everywhere. That's why if you survive, that's where you're going to win. Because all that blood that was just shed. That's why David himself, the Most High, didn't want to have anything to do with build the temple because of all the blood you shed on the battlefield.
This shall be with burning and purified.
So this war, even though it's going to be a physical war of you nations fighting, but when the outside comes to destroy this place, it's not going to be traditional, man. He's going to destroy it by fire. Remember, it's the angels that are orchestrating these different nuclear powers to set in motion the nuclear destruction. And second one, they were prepared for an hour, for a day, to slay the third part of the planet. Those are the same people by Revelation 7 that's holding the winds back.
She know better.
And the winds represent what? The nuclear destruction. So when the time point by the whole time, he gave you the time to finish this thing. It says that it was started by him and it will only be finished by him. He said he measured it by time and he said he will not lose it to that set time to fulfill. So the Most High got a time frame that he wants this place to be destroyed. And we're living in it, man. Slowly but surely we're moving closer and closer to that present time of nuclear destruction. And we're gonna witness it. Revelation chapter 9 was passed. It says, one war was passed, and behold, there comes two wars on after. What does the war symbolize? World War III. Right? So what did John see? He actually seen the wars that took place. All right, he's seeing it live and in color, with sound and all that, man. That's why when he spoke about the locusts and he spoke about the noise, he heard it all. It was so good. He was basically put in that present moment while it was actually happening. All right? And he heard the sounds, he seen it, Jesse seen it, and he described it based off the terminology of this time period that he could best fit what he was seeing. He seen the car. When you read what's that, Joel? It's all about the prince of the horses, chariots. That's talking about the cars, man. He's seen the vision. He's seen the modern day America. Revelation chapter 9 verse 12. One world is past, and behold, there comes two worlds hereafter. So we know the first world and the second world is past, so now we're waiting for what? World War III.
This is Nahum 3:2. The noise of a whip and the noise
The noise of a whip. What's the modern day slang for cars, man? A whip, man.
noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots.
That's what we see in the vision. We see because I forgot what we mentioned the last time. The last Saturday, I think. If you see it in a vision, you can see that this is based off of a chariot. All right. So he understood what he was seeing, but he was seeing it in modern time, like horse and buggy in modern time.
Remember the original Ghost Rider is right. And then the modern one has a foresight and
There's nothing new under the sun. He's coming a little late. Revelation 9. And the four angels were loose, which was prepared. That's what it's for. Once the four angels were loose, that means there's no more borrowed time. All right, we say he's still going to borrow time, really he's not. He's going where it says he had a point in his bounds that he cannot control. The only reason this empire, this kingdom still stands because the Most High is still and once he's reached his capacity of evil in his sight, that's it, man. When the angels went to Sodom and Gomorrah, what it says, they want to see if the cries of it was according to what they heard. And if it was, that was it. They was going to destroy the place. And what happened? That was the last straw, man. They went in there. They knew what was going on there. And they knew what they was going to do there. They went, they got Lot. It was really supposed to be Lot, his sons-in-laws, which they didn't believe in him. The same way when we teach you people to keep us, they looked at him like he was joking. He told them, get up, the Most High is going to destroy this place. And they looked at him like, bullshit. What happened? They ended up being destroyed in peace. His wife, who looked back, she ended up being destroyed in son. Unbelievers. So it's the same thing that's going to happen right here in America. The unbelievers is going to be destroyed. That's what's coming. Anybody tell you America's going to be destroyed any other way is a liar. There's only one way this place is going to be destroyed. It's going to be by nuclear missiles. Which was prepared for the hour and the day and the month and the year. And the Most High knows that exact. Remember what the Yahweh said. No man, no, not the angels, not me, nor the angels, only my Father got that hour, that day, and that year. The Most High got that in his sleep. But he gave context clues. When you read Matthew 24, it gives you clues to know what time it is. Wars and wars and wars. You got Russia, Ukraine, China, Taiwan. Because all these clashes, and really it's about countries they got nuclear weapons, man. This ain't talking about any average nation, man. All right, when you go to West Indiana, what nuclear weapons they got? They got shit. They're not even relevant to what's going on here. Of course, you're not relevant. If you don't have nuclear weapons, that means you're susceptible to be bullied. That's what it means. That's why he's so trying to what? This whole nuclear information. You think it's for the benefit of mankind? No, it's so that nobody else will get it so that they can't be checked. I wouldn't be surprised if in heaven the Most High actually has a board that he's moving these pieces around, man. Because that's all that's taking place, man. Pushing this, okay. Who do you think created all these things, man? The Most High created all these things. Everything began with him first, and it began in the spirit first, man. Down to measurements and rules and all that, man. It started in the spirit world, man. Which the spiritual world is a physical place, man. All right, it's spiritual, but it's an actual place that you can go to. That's why when you read Elijah, when he was translating, where do you think he went? To another planet? He went to the spiritual world. They chatted him, they took him, all right? They took him to the spiritual world. So can you get to the spiritual world from one planet? Somewhere in that. All right? Jacob Black.
They got fucking black holes. They got all kinds of stuff, man.
Things beyond our comprehension. And don't let these Edomite scientists try to school you like they know everything. They don't know everything, man.
White hair.
You're right.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit, they bullshit because they know who's gonna challenge them. We could challenge them, but they're gonna say we ain't for black education. We could challenge you just with the scriptures. There's no way you can study all the universe and still deny that God exists, man. The universe, the Most High left his imprint throughout. Now some dudes, I think it was the DNA, and he said when he looked at it, it spelled the name Yahweh, right? In the DNA. So that shows the Most High left his print, like an artist, tag, finish anything. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High put a stamp, and none of that was it says,
Investing my money in us.
basically speaks about the sun, moon, stars. That says proportionally is the biggest key. That vein is all that fulfills truth. They could come, they could go through all the dwarf star, the fucking all, they could name all these things, but what do they lack? They lack the understanding of the Most High. That's why I said if a man's gonna boast about anything, let him boast that he knows his religion. So you so vain, you seen all the good things around you, but you can't know the The fact that you have the ability to create proves that there's a Most High. All right, with the whole artificial intelligence, the bitch just pop up out of nowhere. If you just take 2 sticks of dynamite and it's exploded and a consciousness fell from falling out of life. No, somebody went with consciousness created based on what the Most High created. Everything in existence is based on what the Most High created. Everything in existence that man created is based on what the Most High created. When somebody paint a picture, they paint pictures based on what they're not painting something out of existence. They're painting things based on what's around them, which the Most High created. So like you obey, you know all these things, you know the different species of plants.
Oh my
the
God! How come I keep
genomes of
passing?
animals? All right, but yet you lack the understanding of your how about you.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Down there, dude keeps saying nigga.
All right.
How you gonna use nigga and religion in the same form?
So what's the word nigga mean? It means black.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
No, that's what white people came from.
No. The word means black.
No,
So wait a minute.
Negro means black.
It's the same word.
No, it's not.
It's the same. Come from the same
Negro,
thing.
nigger.
No, bro. It's the same.
Those are 2 different words.
Different languages, bro.
I got something. I got something. Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that was called.
I'm sorry.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that was called nigger.
In the Bible. Read what chapter is that?
That's Acts 13:1.
And that's what the Bible.
That's the Bible.
So now I'm gonna pick that fucking book up. You can't.
You don't have to.
No. I respect y'all.
It's your
I respect
downfall.
y'all.
It's your downfall.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because this is the only way you're going to be saved. Is through this understanding.
Listen,
Period.
I'm more spiritual than religion.
Yeah, but spiritual could be wickedness or righteousness. Witchcraft is spiritual. Worshiping the devil is spiritual.
No,
Yes, it is.
no.
Yes, it
But
is.
No, you're not wrong. But I'm not going back.
Yeah, but
I done caught bodies and all that shit.
But you gotta walk
gotta
in the
do
light.
good stuff.
You gotta walk in the light. It's the light.
Okay, you know
Yeah,
what?
Isaiah 60.
Okay, no. I'm not doing this.
You gotta do something.
Listen.
Wait, is there a picture?
Come when you're ready. When you're ready. Like the scripture said, they got a zeal for the Most High. You can't come to the Most High on your terms. We all have to change something about ourselves in order to be and be considered valuable in our eyes. You have to change something about you. But like I said, you can't go for one and go out and drink this fucked up. Part of the reason fucked up, he told me, why did he do that? That's part of the reason why you can't come out that fucked up. Because we were speaking about blood. There's a consequence to spilling blood, man. Especially if you don't do it in the righteous way. So it says, arise and shine. Get John the first said, arise and shine. Like, what does that like represent? Your house shine. Remember, it's light and it's darkness. It speaks about gross darkness, darkness people. That's ignorance. And when you don't have it, you can see the darkness of people. Yahushua represents his light. He embodied his light. So it said, arise and shine, that light is come. Yahushua came to work to shine light on this world. He broke the darkness. There was an ignorance. They were worshiping the Most High in the corrupt manner. So he came to give it what? Everybody, his people, not everybody. He came to give his people, all right, the correct pathway to his Father. The reconciliation, being reconciled back to the Father because he gave us all over for adoption.
John 13 and 1.
Hold on.
First chapter. It says, there's a light that comes. Love darkness. What? That deep will be found. So this is a light. The truth. If you would say that, you live in darkness. And darkness is what? Ignorance, man. You ignorant to the true worship of the God of the Bible. And there's only one way to worship. You can't do it on your own terms. You can't do it on how you feel. You can't do it based on what your grandmother taught you, or your mama taught you, or your father was a pastor based on what he taught you. You gotta do it based on what he taught you.
John 3 and 19. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light,
Right?
because their deeds were evil.
But then he said, what? Neither they come to the light. He said, well, isn't that same chapter? He said, all right? Come to the light. Because everything that manifested in light, we had to manifest what?
Like it says, for everyone that doeth evil hated the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be revealed.
This is deeds should be equal. Because you ain't gonna come to your house shot any way you want. But then he tell the woman at the well, you worship on the wall. So it says, Most High see those who worship in the spirit. So when we come out here, what we do, we're preaching the light. Anything, if you involve in anything else, you're in darkness. No matter how good it feels.
I'm not saying self-improvement, as far as a virtuous society. That's the stuff that's going down here in the
fortunate to make it to the chariot, I guarantee you're gonna realize that you deserve to be in that fight. But the Most High chose to fight. That's all. It all boils down to who the Most High chose to fight. Because we all guilty of being burnt in that fight. But the Lord's gonna what? He's gonna choose a certain portion of his rights that he's gonna overlook his sin. That's basically what it is. It's like it never happened in his life. You prove your house shut. That's good for your house shut. Solve with the sin. If you fortunate make it, you're gonna know that yo, you deserve to be in that fire. Every last one of us deserve to be in that fire. But do I have to pray?
Psalms 32 and 2. Blessed is the man upon whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity.
So the Lord will put the sin to your charge. David committed sin worthy of death. And what did the Lord say? He said, look, you ain't gonna die for this. The Lord took the iniquity away from him, but he did blame him.
It says, And in whose spirit there is no guile.
In whose spirit is no God. Means what? In order to have no God means you have to be sincere. When the Lord spoke about Nathan, he said, "Well, it was like he was no God." I mean, he was sincere. There was no undermining shit about it. No shite shit about it. What you saw from him is what you was gonna get. All right, he wasn't trying to be shifted. There was no corruption in it. And that's why you allow people to teach the truth, but it's dumb. They're not doing it sincerely. And the Most High knows you can be all in front of the camera, all you can do all you think, all you want. But the Most High knows those who can trust. All the bullshit artists is gonna be known, man. It's gonna be made known. There's only so much you could front and pretend.
You know, on that. I gotta play the quick precept right fast. Quick. This is in 1 Corinthians. Go to the 3rd chapter.
Yeah, we got action guys.
Make your mind do it. Back to you. Because when you were born to this world, you had an innocence about you. You didn't know corruption. So you was pure. Even when you were a kid, you doing bullshit, but you're not doing it with malicious. You're not fucking doing it with an intention. I'm going to do this. To show what? To show, look, I'm gonna humble myself to you. It took time, right? So he got the tower of Mount Hill and showed them, look, this is how you're supposed to handle the business. And he told them all this, going back and forth, who's gonna be greater, who's gonna all men people. So there's the 12 half people, you can't make it out of people. That's why they was arguing. And the Lord said, look, I'm not trying to hit you. The same one that can humble like you try right there, the same is going to do. That's how it goes. So your house shot can leave, you say, look, you just go to hold like you say that. You didn't want to change the bullshit. That's not what it's about. Because the kingdom of heaven is going to be enough space for all Israelites to rule. The angels are going to be like, all right, you change the text, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be expanded. Of course, there's going to be an order. All right, that's why when it speaks about you shall sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, what does that mean? If all Israel's going to be perfect, how you going to judge this? You can't judge them because they ain't going to do nothing worthy to be judged. So they're going to have the highest throne amongst all Israelites in the kingdom. Right? That's why their name is going to be what? Written in the foundation. of Jerusalem.
They help him build it right now. Being out there teaching the word, how Shah came, he chose them. Those men are like greatest teachers, you know what I'm saying? Their names will be etched in there. They help to build a great kingdom time.
So according as the Most High has dealt to every man, according to the Most High has dealt to everybody that has the same faith. Right? Prophesying is based off of faith. What it says about what? The speaking of tongues and miracles is coming out of belief. So they could see something to give them some type of belief. But for the ones who are called to teach, you need faith to teach. And believers to teach. Not just out here just spewing words or get on so this is the mindset you're supposed to be in. You're supposed to constantly thinking about this place being destroyed. Because that's what keeps you in check. Right? Soon you lose sight. All right, it's no longer in your peripheral or in your line of vision that America's going to be destroyed. What's going to happen? You're going to what? Begin to and be drunk with the rest. Go right back to being a fool like the rest of you. Yep.
So Rock 18:24. Think upon the wrath that shall be at the end.
Right, so it says, think upon the wrath that shall be at the end, man. There's another scripture saying, if they were wise, they would consider their latter end. So you're supposed to think about the wrath that's going to be at the end. When you read Habakkuk, it says, when the Lord begins to destroy this place, they're going to seem like they're going to destroy everything, man. Was you mad? It says, what? Was you mad with the rivers, with the trees, right? All these animals in America are going to be wiped the fuck out. Everything in this place, if you're not part of the lake, it's going to be wiped out. So it says, well, think upon the wrath, the destruction. Go ahead.
Think upon the wrath that shall be at the end, and the time of vengeance, when he shall turn away his face.
Meaning what? The doors of mercy is going to be closing that day. So now that's why it says, seek the Lord while he makes you free. The fact that we're still out here means that the Most High's line of communication is open. Long suffering. Once you stop speaking, that's it. The Most High's going to take that cord. So think upon the wrath that shall be at the end. That's what's supposed to be constantly in your mind. When you're going through your day-to-day struggles, remember this place is going to be fucking destroyed, man. Remember, we move in the world, but we're not of the world, man. And that's why Yahushua said to pray so that the Most High be with us in the world, but not to take us out of it. You have to navigate through this shit. But remember, don't ever have the same mind that these people have. That's the reason why it says that you ain't even supposed to hang out with these people in the world. Because are you going into their world or you bring them into yours? Because you hanging out with them, you gotta think like them, you gotta talk like them. You can't talk spiritual to the way that's in the world. He's gonna be tested. He ain't gonna try to hear it. So why are you even around him?
2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers.
Right, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. When you have a yoke of oxen, you have two oxen that's what? That's fine with each other. You're supposed to be. But now, you can't avoid everybody in the world. Of course, you got to communicate. But remember, this person is an enemy. Enemy of Yahushua. Enemy of the Most High. First and foremost, enemy of Yahushua. Right? So you ain't really supposed to be associated with them because they're going to bring that bad vibration because their mind is not doing what's right in the eyes of God. So they're susceptible to crazy. You know what I'm saying? You might be hanging out with them and you would just pull out the shot, you know what I'm saying? Or have drugs on them and throw them in the car. All types of things. That could happen. That's why it's a separation. To walk together and separate.
Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?
Right. Are you going to hang out with a bunch of fucking crips? A bunch of bloods? Latin kings? Trinitarians? You ain't going to sit there and hang out with them. Because they live in a totally different lifestyle, man. You got no fellas. You see them just cross the street. Ain't no fellowship. Now you might have a little bullshit conversations at work, so you know damn well like that. I ain't fucking with this nigga, man. Because now when you come close to the end, those guys will reveal more and more that this shit is not for what he wants. So what's gonna be that? They're gonna lead to their destruction. It's all about what the Most High wants. What he set up. What he determined to be right and what he determined to be wrong.
Second Peter chapter 3, verse 11. See then that all these things shall be dissolved.
Right, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, I mean, we read in thing of the wrath to come. Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, to be destroyed by the second death. Which is, this is going to be the greatest deliverance and the greatest destruction mankind has ever fucking done. And this is going to be it. Because after this,
But maybe actually,
on all levels. When Cain killed Abel, that set up a chain reaction. That's why it says, because envy of the devil came death into the world. It changed the whole dynamic of the earth. So the war even trickled down into the animal kingdom. Because in the beginning, the animals were at peace with each other. But then this world comes in and just watch a fucking nature show. You either go lion or hyena, all those top things. You see, life is vicious. But in the kingdom, that's what's so about. Because the same animals that were enemies, that were afraid predators, it's going to be like nothing ever happened. It says what the lion shall eat straw like the wolf shall live. So the Most High will change the animals so that they don't have that heat. They're gonna go from Eve, they're gonna go right to it. And you think the Most High is gonna have to come in there individually? It was just a word. It was just a word. Everything's gonna change. When this destruction happens, the whole landscape, geography of the earth will change. Just like the first death. The earth is not the same that it was on the other side of the flood. The same way after this place is destroyed, because the offset of the nuclear missiles are going to cause this whole earth to shake. So everything is going to change. That's right. You got lands on the water. You know what I mean? It's going to come up. Antarctica, we're going to see what that's all about. That's going to melt. You know what I'm saying? So that's what your house shots coming to change.
What kind of person ought he to be in all open conversation with God?
So conversation is a context. So what's the context supposed to be like? Knowing that we're supposed to come to you. You're supposed to be hastening to death.
Look before and the hastening of the day of the Most High.
So we're looking forward for the return of your house. That's what we're looking forward to. We ain't looking back. We're looking forward to Yahushua's return. To the day that we see him in the sky. And that's gonna fucking freak everybody the fuck out. That's not called no shit. He's gonna be visible for the whole world to see. It's gonna be literally be a gigantic ship in the sky. And he's gonna be standing up. So-called black man, right, with white woolly hair. A young so-called black man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to look at Ezra saying. Yep, that's what, you know what I'm saying? Taller than all the rest. What young man is this at Chronicles? So Yahushua's gonna have a youthful appearance.
Where the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So the elements being the fire shall be dissolved and the elements shall melt. You said talking about nuclear destruction, right? That's what it's talking about. The second death.
Nevertheless, he, according to his promise, looked for new heavens and a new earth.
Which is what? A new creation. A changing of the thought. He says because on righteous dealings, riches got by the speaking. Is the peace over, right? We saw that in right? The lease is up. Trying to make things because the now it's over with. Now it's going to be indefinitely given to the nation of Israel. Because ain't no other nation going to rule outside of the nation of Israel. So the kingdom that's coming is going to be an everlasting kingdom. An everlasting kingdom. Where all you different nations are going to be servants to the nation of Israel. So-called Negroes, that's what's coming down. That's what Yahweh shouts. He's bringing that new heaven and that new earth. Where dwelleth righteousness, the Lord's name. Meaning the Bible, all the letters of the Bible is going to be law, statutes, commandments, is going to be upheld in the earth. So in the kingdom, your woman ain't going to be able to tell you that she fucked the nigga down the street in your face. Because it's going to be justified. Right? There's not even no yeah. There's not even no cross the line, but just for the sake of what we go through this life. There's gonna be zero tolerance for evil in the kingdom. There ain't gonna be no gay parades. There ain't gonna be no men holding hands with men. There ain't gonna be no men dating men. There ain't gonna be men. As soon as you look like you about to do certain things, there's gonna be judgment. Because this last 5,000 years, all right, this was a time for Satan to allow all this bullshit to manifest. So once the kingdom comes, there's gonna be zero tolerance for wickedness.
This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you.
How did he tell you? He tell you through the prophets. Prophets get the memo, and they go take the memo and go speak it to the people. Go make it public to the people. That's the job. So before they spring forth, I tell you. So we got a whole new world, because first of all, we don't even understand this world we're in now. Because we've been taught a lot of lies, and the information we got is different. So a lot of shit he taught us growing up ain't true. So we're going to fully understand this world that we live in. We're going to see how Shah comes back. And we're going to understand the heavens. What that does with So look, first of all, your heart is too far going to this life to even begin to understand what's going on with it. Then what you got here, and when the time comes, you're going to understand that that's what Yahweh is. Because even Esau, he's telling you these things, but why that shit ain't based on facts. It's based on theory. And the theory is not a fact. When we come back, we're going to have to straight facts. Everything. That's why I said, this man is going to act different. What we wait for the second.
Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the end of the earth. That new song means
That's not to cut you off. In Revelation, what he said, they sung it as if it were a new song. That's right. You knew the lyrics. So all this thing about the Most High getting into the right, open the door for the Gentiles to come in. The Most High made a promise to Abraham.
Yeah. And just like for me, just like.
Right?
even from this love, we are gone away from my ordinances, and have not kept them. Turn unto me, and I will return unto you, said the Lord of hosts. But he said, wherein shall we return?
Yeah, because you got like during the time of Jeremiah. They thought that they were getting blessings, more blessings serving their idols and their gods, and when they came back to the Most High, they felt like they were suffering. So since we left off burning incense and doing all these things, yo, well, our blessings weren't with you. So they was under the impression that it was more benefit to worship. Because the Most High always puts us through the what? The wilderness. Based off what was it, the 10 tribes that had the 10 tribes, one of these tribes, 12 tribes. And 10 came with fucking no faith. And it came back and it was terrified. So the Lord said, you know what? Took them from 10, put them together. And they say, you know what? Because I'm a people, I got to feel this whole thing. So all the generations that only trusted me until they all died, except Joshua and Caleb. So the Most High always chose his maybe you can come here. I don't know. I didn't see him.
All right, I'll check. I'll check.
It's because you gaining something don't mean it's by righteous means. Case in point, look at Esau. Esau gained, everything Esau gained is through ill-gotten gain. Okay? Now, did the Heavenly Father allow these devils to, you know what I'm saying, take over this land? Yeah, that was manifest destiny. That was prophecy. Right? What did it say about this man? He covered fields. Take the five bodies. You know? So you oppress the father, you oppress a man in his heritage. And that's talking about our people.
Verse 8, when a man robbed the Most High, yet he have robbed me, but he said, wherein have you robbed me? In tithes and offerings. Ye are cursed and cursed, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation.
Let me say this, I was watching this video with this pastor. He was getting on his congregation because they ain't Bible watch. I'm like, Bible? I thought you were talking about some other shit that, you know, some real high-end shit. You know, some kind of like, some kind of Daytona, Daytona, you just get a deck just for cheap, but one of them Daytona Explorers, you know, Romeo. He was getting on the top. I done asked for a bottle was, and I ain't get it yet. Yeah. I ain't heard you a week time. You know, people going crazy. Right? You see what I'm saying? The most I speak about what you know what I'm saying? But even if you don't, pay your tithes and whatnot, make sure you're going through the purpose. Because we on a mission. See, a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying, they don't even know what the camp is. What this camp is. The word camp comes from campaign. A campaign is certain people that are fighting for a certain cause. Like a boxer. A boxer, he has a trainer, he has a manager, he has a promoter. That's a campaign. Now, what are they campaigning for? To get the double, to get the win. That's why they go to a training camp, so on and so forth. They campaign. This is the same thing. We campaign for ourselves. Right? This is a campaign. The Romans went out there, they was on horseback, they had all kind of, you know what I'm saying, soldiers and whatnot. They was campaigning to do what? To take down certain land, certain people, put them up under them. This is the
Okay?
Chapter 5 verse 20. Now then, we are ambassadors for Yahweh Shai.
What's an ambassador? A spokesman, man. You speaking on behalf of Yahweh Shai. Okay? These are not our words, man. Yeah, you representative. You act like you told that the Americans won't be destroyed. The Lord said it a long time ago. All we do is speaking. The Lord is speaking to us, basically. You know? You're the mouthpiece of the Lord. That's what the prophets are. You're the mouthpiece of the Heavenly Father. He speaks to us, man. Like I'm saying, no, don't go to festival. I got that. They threw Jeremiah in the pit, man. You know? And Jeremiah got so mad, he started putting curses on the people, man.
Though the Most High did this by us, we pray for Yahweh Shai said, be reconciled to the Most High.
Go. So it's all about the reconciliation. To come back together. Like when you and your woman, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get into a fight and y'all may split up, separate or whatnot. And then, like the saying goes, absence make the heart grow fonder. You get back with her, you know what I'm saying? And it's all over again. That's called reconciliation. So it's the same thing with us and the Most High. Okay, and Yahweh Shai was the middleman to do that. So now we're supposed to be seeking to be reconciled to the Lord. Which a part of that, we got, for instance, the Day of Atonement, which is a nationwide fast. You're supposed to do that. You said about the end of time, you're supposed to do that. Okay? And other different things you're supposed to do to be reconciled to the Most High. Then the Most High is going to start taking notice of you. All right, you got, I see you making progress, you're trying to get closer to me. You know? And after a while, the Most High may start blessing you with dreams and whatnot. The scripture says what? If there be a prophet among you, the Lord shall communicate to him in the dreams, and I shall speak to him in dreams. I have a dream of a miracle being destroyed. Now you have that dream of the ancient prophets did. You go out there and speak on that. If it matches up with the Bible. Okay? See what I'm saying? So it's about simple reconciliation. And the only people that can be reconciled to the order of this nation right here, you got to be so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American to be reconciled. And you got to be of the elect. Okay? So it really ain't that easy. And the elect is a handful compared to the whole nation. You know? Not even a handful. The Lord said, I can't be a great.
Says, and I saw a spirit greatly, and have kept me the great of the cluster.
Right, and that great of the cluster is talking about the elect, man. Right? Which is a very small number. The Heavenly Father always dealt with small numbers, especially when it was wartime, you know, because it's not about your glory, it's about the Lord showing his glory through you. The Lord ain't going to come down here off his throne and fight no war physically. You know, he set up his men and put the spirit on them to do that. We had guys like Judas Maccabee, his brother, and so on and so forth, man, throughout history, Gideon, and whatnot. Those guys are all back. Different judges in Israel, Ehud, the rest of the brothers. Yeah, Jephthah, his mother was a harlot. They treated him bad, but the Lord raised him up, you know what I'm saying? To be the deliverer in Israel, man. You know? So we know.
And a plant is a great people.
Plant is a great people. That plant, in order for it to grow, it starts with the seed. So the elect are ones, you know what I'm saying? You may plant, you know what I'm saying? One man planted, another man watered, and the other side is going to give it the increase. And how do you see the increase without all these different camps popping up throughout the world, man? I just told you about the brother in GMS Bolivia. Look, he had the sign with Daniel, the second chapter with the statue. He's speaking in that Spanish.
Your mind is going to be enlarged, transformed. You're going to have that spiritual power. Then it's going to be time to thrust the nation. You know? You said the Lord's going to take us to the wilderness. He said he did before. So, you know, that's going to happen first. You know, eventually, we're going to beat the shit out of these nations and take what they got. So, God can spirit of God, shot. You know, because you know, you don't come before. Yeah. Those my enemies, which will not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them. And you got people that don't acknowledge Yahweh Shai. Like the brother said, if you don't acknowledge Yahweh Shai, to the Heavenly Father. Right? The Lord literally said, this is my son, in whom I am well pleased. What? Hear ye him. Okay? So the only thing you can go right to the Most High. Okay? Lord, you can acknowledge it for I met plenty of Israelites, you know, that in my infancy in this truth, I met plenty of Israelites that, you know, believed that they were Israelites and so on and so forth. I was an Israelite when I came to high school. You know what I'm saying? We don't believe in that. We don't believe in how we shot. Miss Naphtali, you know what I'm saying? Her name was Miss Naphtali. Guess what? She gonna be the shooter. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of different sets of Israelites out here. Let the multitude perish then. Beautiful. Let the multitude perish then. You know? That's talking about the rest of the grapes on that cluster. You know what I mean? Lord said he's going to keep one. But he just let the multitude perish then. Which is the majority of people. See what I'm saying? 2/3 the Lord is going to that 66.6%. The ones that furnish that drink offering, the ones that, you know, are down with this beast system. Which was born in vain. It was born in vain. And vain is worthless. Vanity is worthless. There's no substance in it. So what is substance in this man? Okay? Like God speaks about all the depths of the rich. This word is not shallow, man. Alright? And the person might be looking at a person and judging them for face value. Sometimes you can do that, a lot of times you can do that. But when you become more and more spiritual, you get more depth to you. Sometimes you realize that the angels may come down in the form as a bird or something like that. And you look at things from a spiritual aspect. And his spirit becomes more heightened, man. Judge things from a spiritual level, man. As opposed to what you might see a dude. A dude might be like some type of pretty boy nigga. But she don't know that 10 months ago you was in prison. Popping dudes, man. All of a sudden, you might give up AIDS. You see the Instagram model, all of a sudden she got AIDS and she was messing with Nick Cannon and Chris Brown. She was looking at all that. So you don't know what the fuck going on in these sides. That's how they walk on the dog. You know what I'm saying? That's these goddamn diseases.
Let my grape be tender, and my plant, for which great labor have I made it.
And that's talking about this word.
No, you're not listening.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, so I'm listening right here.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you. I think you took my shit. That's what happened. All right.
See, if we put it down, at the end of the day, it's a spiritual thing. You can't choose yourself to be the man of the elect, man. That's a spirit that has to be given to you. Because we done seen certain guys do this thing that you swear, damn it, I know. I told you that, I said, I know you ain't mean the Lord.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I would also reject thee. Thou shalt be a priest to me.
Right. So the Most High rejected the majority of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? You know?
That thou shalt be a priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy Torah, I will also forget thy children.
That's why your children are getting their heads blown off, man. That's why the police are gunning them down. First, because the Most High rejected them. Another thing they don't have is wisdom. You know what I'm saying? With wisdom comes Allah's word. So that's why you so-called niggas are dying at a phenomenal rate, man. The police pull a nigga over. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, playing, you know, being cool, like the scripture says, you are an adversary. Nigga want to argue, do this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually, what? Burn down.
Jeremiah 11,
Or she get gunned down. Eventually getting killed too.
Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 14. Therefore, pray not thou for this people like that.
Niggas, man. That's pretty much what it's saying.
Neither lift up the cry or prayer for them.
Nigga look up a cry or a prayer for them. Watch. Niggas are what it's all about. Right?
For I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble.
Now, what's the time when people want to cry to the Most High? When they're in a bad situation? Oh my God, please help me out of this jam. You know what? If you get me out of this jam, I promise I'll never do this again. You get out of the fucking jam, you forget all about that oath you made, man. You know what I mean? Go right back into it. That's why the Most High is killing you. More niggas are going down.
Folly is set in great dignity.
Folly is set in great dignity. That's a miracle, man. I'm saying? Children out of order. The brother put the video up about the young boy smacking his mother. Man, my mother was a fine ass over goddamn bridge, man. Follow me, man. Go down the 42nd Street. Dressing up in costumes. Dressing up as a hey, grown men. You and your fucking tidy white, you dressed up as Woody from Toy, you know what I'm saying? Toy Story, playing the guitar or something, man.
Got a cake.
You go, wow.
Just happening.
Right there.
Big, you know, 6'5" nigga. You know, 6'5", you know what I'm saying? Magic Johnson, something. He had that spirit on him, man. Maybe they were, but the point is still relevant because, you know, you got niggas out there that's they're in a same-sex relationship living in the same house, man. You know? That shit is folly, man. That shit is wicked. That shit make the hair on your skin stand up and feel the spirits, man. That shit is disgusting, man. And it's the same token for a woman, man. Especially the goddamn dykes, man.
Folly is Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
The rich sit in low place. Who's the rich? The Israelites. We sit in a low place. We sitting at the bottom. Our status in the society is at the bottom. They say so-called Negroes are the lowest in the totem pole, man. Socialists. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because James has been oppressed for many years, man. Good?
20%.
Yeah, we go. We won't be able to make it. Somebody should be closing down.
This is limitation of the truth verse 15, right? All that passed by clap their hands at Jesus Christ.
They didn't fly because they happened to be fellows. That was back then. Nowadays, these people don't even remember who the Israelites were. They call you black, Puerto Rican. Like, what the job. I was like, you know, this is how 1920 or something like that. I was a little older. I remember. I was like, hey, something like you want to get a tip? Man, no tip. Puerto Rican, no tip. You know what I'm saying? The Duke saying that. But guess what? The lady came out, she gave us $20 a piece. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Fucking heathen. How's it all like? But that's how they look at our people, man. No? At that time I was holding the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the infancy of the truth. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Well, the real nigga art is Amalek, man. That's the real nigga art, man.
Yo, I swear to God.
Out with every great
That should have not been made with copy. Single fucking that thing.
Jew, man. Like, that's
Or when you look up Nigard, it goes to miser. You look up a fucking miser. It's a so-called Jew, a stingy person. Look at the picture. You can't make this shit up. Miser. Who that look like? That's a so-called Jew. When you look up Nigard, it goes to miser. And that's exactly what they are. Miser is a stingy. What does miser mean? A person who hoards wealth and spends as little money as possible. So-called Jew, if I ever heard of the definition of that life, you know what I mean?
It's like, yeah, you got that Bill Gates spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? So when we get in power, we're going to show you. the little one to get a power.
That's why I said wisdom that's hid and treasures, treasures that's hid and wisdom that's laid up was good for them. But it's not their job to spread wealth, man. Their job is to be the devil, to take peace from the earth. That's why it says in Revelation 6. So they doing what they're supposed to be doing. People say, the 1% they could change everybody's life. It's not their job. It's not their job to do that.
They get off on saying people like suffer.
Right. They said they can't go to sleep unless they call somebody.
That's what they do. That's why you get rejected for loan applications and different house loans and whatnot. Get rejected, man. Can't get up for society. It's not for us to get up for society. This society's going to decline. It's going to decline. You know what I'm saying? For some time now. More and more people just see that America, is dwindling. America is circling on its ring. And soon, it will be destroyed by the way nuclear missiles, man.
You read it. The new heavens and the new earth. The second death is gonna be a great reset. That was fresh.
Verse 6. We have sown much and been in little.
We have sown much and brought in little. It's like you go to work, you bust your ass. You might be busting your ass, man.
Abraham.
Guess what?
It's a great man, Abraham.
That's right.
He called from the other side of the river.
I'm bringing little. You eat, but you have not enough.
You're not really full, man.
And Paul said, I'm going to make you a great nation.
The Lord said, he that hunger and thirst, you know what I'm saying, bring him to the waters, man. This is what you really got to eat up. This right here, this water. You eat this water.
We drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
That's not talking about actual drink, okay? That's talking about, you know what I'm saying, these different philosophies out here, man. These drinks, you know what I'm saying, they up in the Roman Catholic Church or the Baptist Church, Pentecostal Church, you know, and they not learning nothing up in there. We just told you the fucking pastor cursing them out because he want a fucking Movado wife. You know what I'm saying? So what are they really getting in there? You want a goddamn Movado, what the fucking work? And buy your own shit. You know what I'm saying? You want a fucking Movado wife. That's a joke.
It shows you that they're only about what? They found the financial backing for the truth. They're not teaching the Bible because out of sincere heart. They found a way to make money. You got a lot of people who use the Bible for what? For their own financial gain. Ain't not just with the Israelites, all these televangelists, all these preachers. You know what I'm saying? The dude, the Brooklyn preacher, where he got robbed for like a couple $1 million worth of jewelry.
Yeah,
Let's see. Thing,
how you call it? His name Bishop Whitehead.
For him to have millions of dollars and driving Rolls Royces and fucking Lambos,
He was coming to you. Get him.
for that okay? Like literally, for him to have Lambos and fucking Rolls Royces, bro.
The rest of the congregation can't live like that, but he can. He got all kinds of Fendi jackets and Gucci design.
He didn't even ask his congregation, do they got He didn't
By
mention
hydrant.
certain shit they got custom.
Very, like, out of proportion.
Yeah, he was cursing him out. And I'm thinking the nigga gonna say he want like a nigga said a Movado. I said, yo, I mean the Movado, a Ravana was a luxury watch, but it's like an entry level luxury watch. When you start going up,
Richard Mills?
he got one too. You know what I'm saying? He's like, damn. He ain't Whitehead. He got to learn from Whitehead. Because Whitehead was getting him all that money. You know? And that's what the niggas do. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas want Lovatos, they want who wanted a jet? Yeah, he wanted a fucking B-62 bomber.
He was cursing him the fuck out.
But that's what it's all about. They not there to get you closer to the Most High. They there to make fucking money, man. That's why that cracker, when the pandemic said, he said, look, so you better make sure you can get them types into No, the other, the meat, the more demonic one. He said, you better make sure you fucking mail the shit in. You fucking saying by air, courier pigeon, he didn't give a shit. As long as you make sure you send that shit in. But that's what it's about to them. That's what it's, God is in earth. They're not about bringing these people together. What's the dude that died? The biggest one of them all. Billy Graham. And he was like, let me tell all you black people something. The guy that helped Jesus carry the cross was a black man. And he said it with conviction, which is right. But how about telling the man that was put up on the cross was a black man? Because it makes it seem like a black man came and helped a white man carry his cross all the way to the front. But this is the mind games they play with our people, man. But he ain't gonna tell you that the man actually put on the cross was black also, man. And the ones that was crucified next to him were black also, man. All right? He ain't gonna play this fucking mind games with us, man. Because the Most High woke us up to the truth, man. And he said, and the way he said it, everybody started cheering for him, like, right. Deceiver.
Jeremiah 42, to the morning, when the gates are rumbled, they are blood unto the ground.
Black. That's why, you know what proves that scriptures tell us to deal with their color? You go into the new revised, they told you to take that out, man. So what does it prove?
Yo, you ever seen a black man?
I see a so-called black man.
You ever seen a white man?
I see a so-called white man. So-called, remember? Yeah, remember that. He's probably only 5%, man. Remember that, nigga. I've been saying this for the last. I hope I don't forget that. Remember that, right? It's so-called because we're different shades of brown. The darkest skinned brother is fucking brown. You know what I'm saying? She's dark, but she's brown.
That's black right there. Use that car, that Escalade right there.
Now, let's say your skin was the color of your beard. That shit would freak everybody out. Just that, you know what I'm saying? Even your house shy, he's gonna have. Remember, he's light. He's pure light. He's gonna be dark skinned, but you're gonna see that light beaming through him. He's coming back. He's pure. He's pure light. Purity.
You done put it at the desert of language.
The gates represents the leadership. That's why I said they hated them that kept the gate. Because there was only one way into the city and one way out. And so, to catch everybody, you know what I'm saying, you stand outside and you curse everybody as they went in or as they came out. And you tell their asses off, man. And you think they like that?
They killed the prophets.
Put it like this, in Mind's Day term, we out here speaking, somebody roll up and just beat us to fucking death. That's what the prophets went through, bro. They'll sit there, they'll stone you, you know what I'm saying? They'll behead you. This is what they went through, bro. People will gather around them and jump them. And today's turn. That's right. So people think like it's a glamorous thing. Well, the prophet's gonna get their glory in the kingdom. And for the last from the time the world was set up, most likely the prophets came out the world pure and hell, man, for his word's sake. But now it's coming into what? They're gonna reap the fruits of their labors on the different lifetime that they live. Speaking the word of the Lord, dying for the word of the Lord, persecuted for the word of the Lord. That's what's coming, man. Now it's time for the prophets to get their shit off. Where it says Jerusalem, Jerusalem, brother quoted. Thou that kills the prophets, man. So now it's time for the prophets to kill your ass, man. That's what's coming, Jeremiah 16 and 16, man. All the shit they've been through, it tells you in Hebrew, they were sawn asunder, you know what I'm saying? Cut up, beat to death, stoned to death. You know what I'm saying? That's what they had to go through for crucified, beheaded. You know what I'm saying? They were, when you go into when Obadiah hit 100 prophets in the cave. Because of Jezebel, that wicked bitch, was going around killing all the prophets, man.
Jeremiah
Remember, the prophets is to tell you, prophets is people wrong and not that's what the job of a prophet is to do. Teach Jacob their transgressions and Israel their sin. That's what we're doing now. What did Yahweh tell you? James and John, they were actual fishermen, man. That was their trade. They go with their fathers, they throw the net, grab up the clean fish, throw the dirty back, you know what I'm saying, the unclean back. So he said, look, now I'm gonna show you how to catch men. I'll make you fish in the way. That's what I said for another fish. So all the brothers, all the different camps out there, they what? They're using the Bible and they're reeling, the sheep hear what my voice. And you're reeling them in, you know what I mean? That applies to the angels, Ezekiel 94, and that applies to the people. Did it say that what? When the enemy shall come in as a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard. Angels, spiritual matter. Yep. Jeremiah 51 said, with us, the Most High is going to break in pieces these nations. So there's going to be one more violent act. Or there's going to be violence in the kingdom against Esau. But even once we settle into the kingdom, there's going to be more to make him suffer. They're just to kill him and put him off the earth. We're going to make him suffer in the flesh, man. There ain't going to be no joy, just kill him. Now he's at rest. And he got to wait till he comes out. We're going to make him fucking suffer in the flesh, man. That's going to be the joy of the kingdom. And eventually, in the beginning, it's going to be a lot of death. Because Esau's got his population controlled, but the Most High got that in check. A lot of people's going to die when you're outside. The Israelites start going on around the world. When you go into David, he cast two lines. One line to save the lives, and one line to put the death. So we're going to know exactly, when we go to these different lands, we're going to know exactly who the Most High wants to be destroyed and who he wants to be taken into captivity. Right?
The day shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill.
So you might be up in the churches praying, praying and all that. But you might end up, brother might end up busting in there. But nothing, you know? This is what the brother said.
That's not garbage, all right? All right, I'll be back.
And destroyed them. He launched nations and straightened them again. So that will be father. You know what I'm saying? It's going to live from the nation. All of the nation that I don't know straight in the time of destruction comes. 2/3 are going to die. You know? The elected's going to be. You see what I'm saying? So now what will happen is that once 2/3 die, the nation is going to be put down to the same level. Okay? In the kingdom, we're going to join the nation.
declared chapter 16, verse 21, that people also shall be all righteous.
Yeah, that's going to be a sight to see. When these grimy ass niggas on the street corner selling drugs, you know what I'm saying, bodying one another for territory, some wild ass niggas in Chicago and whatnot, man, guess what? They're going to be all righteous after they die. That's why I was going to say the same stuff we said after death, right? When they come back in the reincarnation, they're going to be all righteous. Because why? Because the Lord is going to be written in your report. The Lord is going to transform our people. And really, they're going to be our children. You know what I'm saying?
10%.
All right, cool. We're going to get a charge.
They shall inherit the land forever.
They shall inherit the land forever. So you're going to get where you're supposed to be a long time ago. Okay? Which is our land. Tells you that in Isaiah 14 chapter. Okay? Right. The Most High got all kind of things out there. You know, you're going to be dwelling on different planets. So on and so forth. We're going to build up our castles and whatnot on this planet and on the other planets. No? Okay.
It says, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified.
I may be glorified, man. So Heavenly Father, the way you want the kingdom of heaven to be set up, it's going to be set up that way. You didn't know that? He told you that in the book of Revelation about the gates. Pearly gates and whatnot, man. That's how the Most High wants it. And it's going to be established in that man. Right? Right. As it is in heaven, as in earth, as it is in heaven.
It says, a little one shall become 1,000.
Right, we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, a lesser Israelite. We all Israelites, we all going to be kings, but we're going to have, you know what I'm saying, kings that are superior to others. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have other Israelites, you know what I'm saying, they're going to be kings too. But they're not going to be as great as the elect. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to become great nations, man. Okay?
And a small one, a strong nation.
And a small one, a strong nation. So you're going to be having so many children, it's like you having a whole nation to yourself, man. If a person gives birth, if a person, you got your multiple women, you want to be popping these women and whatnot, and you have 1 million children in the kingdom of heaven, that's a nation. All right? You ain't going to be shooting no blanks and none of that. All right? Yeah.
It says, I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time.
Right, the Lord said he's going to hasten it in his time. So when that time comes, the Lord's going to speed that up, speed that process up. So it ain't going to take too long to build the nation back. So are you going to have sisters that make it? You absolutely
If I have one?
Because you're going to need it.
We need this for the
bring the
phone.
nation
No, so
back.
you need it.
No, we
This
don't.
one's stronger. Okay.
That's all part of that 1/3. You might have certain women that make it, certain children that make it, and of course the elect men that make certain friends of the prophets that make it. You know? You see what I'm saying? Yeah?
You say deal with 1,000 women, right?
Right.
You get 1,000 women pregnant, you know what I'm saying? All at the same time.
Most time like they can have twins or whatnot, man. So the elect are really going to be the fathers and grandfathers of the whole nation. You know? Right.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
That's what we're looking to obtain, man. When the Lord says he's going to have mercy on Jacob, he's talking about the elect. Right? He's not talking about the whole nation. You know?
And will yet choose Israel.
Right, so the Lord's not going to change up how he did it in the beginning. He's going to continue to deal with Israel. That's what you people out there don't understand. There was never a door but they have that curse on them of looking like the other nations, man. That's a curse, man. And guess what? When the Most High bodies out, you know, we all gonna look like the average Israelite, dark skin, you know, but on a whole greater level. You know, you ain't gonna have no deficiencies, or your hair is gonna grow, your fucking hairline's not gonna be receding, you're gonna grow perfect beards, you know. You're not gonna have any blemish in your body. That's all. Hey, because when you brought a sacrifice to the Heavenly Father, you couldn't bring a beast that had blemishes on it and whatnot, man. It had to be of a certain grade, all right? And our grade is going to get heightened with the bodies that go from Yahweh to Yahushua, Lord, the elect. You know? Because the bodies are going to be of way different grades than these are. Right now, you can wake up, you go out, get out the damn bed, you know, early in the morning, your eyes are still, you know what I'm saying? You got the coal in your eyes, you look, like bump your goddamn coal in your bed, and you're like, oh, jumping around for a minute, you're like, damn, you know? Why? Because we in these weak, fragile bodies, man. And these are the chains of darkness that it tells you about, you know, the book of Jude. But the grade of our bodies is going to be heightened in the kingdom, man.
Even the point to understand certain things. Yeah. You know, we don't even use maybe I don't know how 8% of our brain or something like that. I work shit like that. Use a very low capacity. So the thing that all the education here is strong, we don't have to be changed. You know, because we're gonna be on a
that's the real high grade. Not none of that fucking weed niggas be smoking, man. Our body's gonna be on a greater grade, man. Because why? Because the laws are going to be written in our inward parts. Right? Yeah, we're going to keep the laws of the Most High like it's written here. You know.
It says, and set them in their own land.
And set them in their own land. You Negroes, Latinos, and natives right now, it's coming down to Labor Day. You're going to have these so-called West Indians out there in the parkway. Yeah, you're going to be out there in the fucking parkway with your fucking flags on. Oh, I'm from St. Kitts. I'm from Barbados, you know, and Trinidad, and you know what I'm saying? And Guyana and Jamaica and whatnot. They represent them countries. Them countries are lands that you got there through fucking slavery. All right? Our real land is talking about the land of Israel. Well, we receive inheritances by tribe. All right? Your land, where your tribe was dwelling at, man. All right? Yeah, that.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
The strangers are talking about the Israelite foreigners, man. They're going to be joined with us, man. Okay? Read on.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
How they going to cleave to the house of Jacob? By cleaving to this word. By coming back to the fold and cleaving to this word. Yeah?
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Who we going to take and bring to our place, man? We're going to put these heathens in goddamn slavery, man. Alright? We're going to put yokes of iron on them. We're going to put that bell on them so we know when they moving and whatnot, man. You see what I'm saying?
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
That's talking about slavery, man. So now, those who were once slaves are going to become slave masters, man. And you should want that. You should desire that. You should dream about that. Okay? Because that's the future. So-called Negroes in a ruling class position over so-called white people. There was a show that was supposed to come out called Cracker, to where it was like a
love you, peace to Israel.
It was a parallel.
You get on the root with addiction, go kill them. Get that shit.
So when that time come, man, hey, you devils in trouble, man. You so-called white people are in trouble. In trouble. All right? Now the people say they are not in trouble as other men, and that was for a specific time. You devils getting ready to be in all kind of trouble. All right? This ain't the fucking 50s no more. This ain't the 50s no more. You devils are finished, man.
It's the 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6, right? Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation, right? To them that trouble you.
Recompense means to pay back tribulation to them that trouble us, man. Because why, man? Who the hell's been troubling us, man? Throughout history, man. You had so-called Negroes doing their thing with Black Wall Street, so on and so forth. With them devils that came and troubled us, man. Guess what? It's gonna be time to get that get back, man. Like I said, you should want that. You should desire that fervently. Okay? You should. Oh my goodness, man. Man, getting revenge on these devils is gonna be better than tearing up some flags, man. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you.
You know this. Another
Well,
precept.
what Tupac said, revenge like the Swedish chore next to getting pussy. You know? You get that revenge, man. Scoop said we shall dance, we shall wash our feet in the blood of the wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to get out of that docile state of mind, man. All that holding fucking hands and marching. Nah, man. The Heavenly Father's gonna get us retribution through blood, man. Get it back in blood.
It's in Sirach chapter 42 verse 5.
Yeah.
And of merchants indifferent selling, of much correction of children, and to make the side of an evil servant to bleed.
That's right. That's what they did to us. That's what they did to us. And guess what? We're going to do that to them. We're going to be sitting up there on thrones and scepters and whatnot with that spiritual power. Yeah, we're going to beat the brakes off them devils, man. Beat the living shit out of them, man. That's going to be beautiful, man. We all going to sit on thrones. You're going to have your realm, you know what I'm saying? You sitting, you know what I'm saying, in your throne room or whatnot, man, with your subjects under you. Torturing these motherfuckers, man. Yeah, brother.
Yeah. Sirach 25 and 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
Right?
A man that have joy of his children.
Right, that's a beautiful thing. A man that has joy of his children. But in this society, you don't have joy of your children. Especially a lot of your daughters, man. A lot of your daughters are a bunch of dots, man. Shit, I popped out last night. Man, there was all kind of hoes out there. Throwing ass, and I'm like, oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? I stumbled up on a bachelorette party. When I tell you these hoes was getting active. Goodness. You see the chick that was the so-called bride to be. She was wearing like the little how you call it, a little wedding, kind of like some little wedding dress type of thing. It's not really a wedding dress, but it's like some provocative that looked like a wedding dress. Man, she was getting crazy in there, bro. Yeah, brother.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
He that liveth to see the fall of his enemy, man. So that's the only reason you should really desire to live right now as an Israelite, to see the joy, the fall of your enemy, man. You know? Other than that, man, I'd rather be in the spiritual world, man. You know? The spiritual world is a whole lot better because you at rest, man. You know? And the thoughts that you have will be completely changed in the spiritual world. You wouldn't have to worry about your family, your woman, so on and so forth. Those are thoughts that are tied to this flesh. But once you're in the spirit, that's it. You lose all that. That's tied to the flesh, the feelings, man. You know, people may cry for you, you know. Paul said, to die is to gain. But it was more beneficial for him to live for the brotherhood, man. Because why? Because he can hit him and teach him what he should teach him.
This is King James. This is Philippians chapter 1, verse 23.
Right.
For I am in a strait between the two.
Right, so Paul was saying he's in a catch-22. He's between a rock and a hard place. Good?
Having a desire to depart and to be with Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, because Paul actually died and went into the spiritual world. Right? He had an out-of-body experience. And he remembered it. But certain things he couldn't explain when he went to the spiritual world. You know? Go ahead.
It says, which is far better. It says, which is far better.
Good. What's the scripture?
It says, I'm trying to turn it up. It says, but to me, to live is Yahweh Shai.
Right. So in other words, if he's gonna live, you know, it's to do the work of the Most High. You know, to do the work of Yahweh Shai, to teach this word. All right. So that's what his whole life was engulfed with, man. Teaching the Bible, man. Teaching the word. Yeah.
And to die is gain.
And to die is the gain. Why did he say that? Because in the heavens, man, especially if you're one of the sons of God, you're an Israelite, your spirit, you know what I'm saying, is a kingdom spirit. You up there, you know what I'm saying, in the rest of peace, you know? And you're in your right state of mind, knowing that you're one of the princes of the power. You know? Yeah?
But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor.
Right, this work. If he's living in the flesh, this is what he's living to do. Be out here teaching. Yeah?
Yet what I shall choose, I will not.
Yeah, in other words, shit, he can have it his way. He'd rather be in the spiritual world. Yeah?
For I am in a strait betwixt two, having a desire to depart and to be with Yahweh Shai,
right,
which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you.
Right, more needful for you, meaning what? You're going to be able to teach the brothers because the brothers needing him around. Paul was a great teacher. You understand what I'm saying? Good.
And having this confidence, I know that I shall abide and continue with you all for your furtherance and joy of faith.
That's right, man. So when Paul did go back into the spiritual world, guess what? He said, look, I accomplished my course, man. I done what I was supposed to do. I've done the work. I did what I was supposed to do. Now I'm gonna go up to the spiritual world and rest with the Father. Fought that good fight of faith, man. And back then, there was a whole lot, all these different little laws that we got now. Shit, that keep us kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like us being out here. The reason why the Most High allowed these devils to set up the freedom of speech is so we can be out here teaching the Bible, man. You know? Good? All right, so let's go back to Isaiah 14.
This is back in the book of Isaiah 14 and verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. It's talking about slavery. Okay?
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over.
That's talking about captivity. That's talking about slavery, man. We're gonna put these heathens in slavery. All of them heathens. Ain't none of them gonna get a pass. You ain't gonna be able to pay us off, so on and so forth, man. Good?
It says, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear.
Right, from your sorrow and from your fear, because that's what our people are in, man. We're from fear. We're living in fear. Back in the 1800s, so on and so forth, you was in fear to let your children out of the house, man. Look at the whole Emmett Till thing, man. You know? That happened like early 1900s, somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? Emmett Till got dealt with in a certain manner. You know what I'm saying? That Jake, didn't want their children to get dealt with, man. And the woman that lied, guess what? She's still alive to this day. And they would not bring her up on charges, man. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, she caused it, man. They should throw her ass under the jail. I don't give a shit if she lives two weeks in the goddamn prison. Put her ass, put her fucking black ass up in there, man.
They gave that dude,
Yeah, they gave it. They gave it. They gave it down. They gave it down. Like, I don't know.
If you're 90 something, what the fuck you doing? What that gonna do? Ain't shit.
They could have convicted her and then vacated the sentence. So that at least she was convicted. So she's still ownership. And 90% have no interest in justice.
They don't. You know why? Because they're the goddamn devil. People say they speak wickedly about oppression. So, you know what I'm saying? They speak wickedly about oppression.
And actually, them guys who killed Emmett Till, they were taken to trial, but it was all a shot. It was a no, it wasn't a hung jury. They were acquitted. They were fully acquitted. So they can't even get double jeopardy because even if they was alive, they couldn't. And they said they did like a break, like a lunch break, just so it looked like they didn't come back too quick when the jury was supposed to give their decision. It was an all-white male jury in Mississippi.
In Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but even Emmett Till, that was judgment. Same thing happened to the nigga, he got shot up 90-something times. That was all judgment, man.
Oh, Sean Bell.
That's Sean Bell, but it was a recent. Recent dude that got shot up a bunch of times, man. Forget his name, but it ain't important.
Verse 4, right? I mean, verse 3. It says, thy sorrow and thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
That's right. So now it's going to be a role reversal, man. Now we're going to have these so-called white people. You know what I'm saying? In hardcore slavery, cotton, so on and so forth. They're going to be right there on their asses, too, boy.
I heard them things are sharp, too.
Yeah, they got the pimps in it, man. You know? So Jake, you know what I'm saying, was...
Blood on the cotton.
Yeah, if you didn't pick a certain amount, they'll whip you.
Look at that big pound of that shit. So how late cotton board? You have to actually put a pound of that shit.
Bales of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, they show you in that movie 12 Years a Slave, Solomon Northup, man. You had Lil Peter. You know what I'm saying? They really look like a shooter flavor that damn movie, man. You know what I'm saying? And even still, the so-called white man still wanted to deal with him, man. Yeah, because the so-called white woman was oppressing her because Esau liked that brown sugar. Yeah. The whole thing about it is, when Esau, you know what I'm saying, when Esau the man was on earth, you know what I'm saying?
Options to be roast, huh?
When
Your dad just shouts.
these niggas need death, man. You know, when Esau the man went to go get his wife, he went and got some of them dark ass women, man. You know? He wanted that color back, but even at that time, he wasn't going to have that anyway.
It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressors ceased?
Like, how has the oppressor ceased? Who's the oppressor? So-called white man. That's why we're being oppressed to this very day, man. That?
The golden city ceased.
The golden city, that's talking about America. America, you know, like I said earlier, it's on a steady decline, and it's going to cease real soon. When it's destroyed by the way of nuclear missiles, you know?
It says, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
Right, the Lord has broken the staff of the wicked, man. And who's the wicked? The so-called white race, man. Their staff, their rulership, it's going to be broken. It's already fractured, you know what I'm saying, greatly. And you know what I'm saying, in a moment it's going to be broken into fucking, you know what I'm saying, shivers. Yeah?
And the scepter of the rulers.
And the scepter of the ruler. So who's ruling up over this kingdom right now? The so-called white people. Well, this throne is getting ready to be taken away from them. Give me Isaiah 47. What we got?
Ezekiel chapter 36.
46.
And
47.
Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
It's talking about America. And why does they call America the virgin daughter of Babylon? Because no great war is taking place on this earth, man. When I say this earth, I'm talking about American soil. Okay? We had wars like the Civil War, but that wasn't a great war to the capacity of World War I, World War II, when they dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and different cities in Japan. You know? You see what I'm saying? Now we're living in a time where the Most High is going to allow this place to get touched, man. This virgin is going to lose her virginity when the nuclear missiles destroy this place, man. Right? Okay?
All right.
They say what? Come down what?
I'm going to read it again.
Yep.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust.
That dust represents confusion. Right? Okay?
O virgin daughter of Babylon.
So we already established what the virgin daughter of Babylon was. America. And America gets all its philosophies from ancient Babylon.
I would add
Right?
differently,
You see what I'm
right?
saying?
Like there
America
would
gets
be
all
a
its
different.
philosophies from ancient Babylon. Because the word Babylon means confusion. Alright? You see what I'm saying? And it's not America in a confused state. These women are not feminine at all, man. They're not feminine. These men are not masculine at all. You know, if a man stands up for himself, oh, that's toxic masculinity. Man, I'll smack the shit out of you, man. You know? Oh, that's toxic masculinity. You know, you raise your voice, oh, tone it down. You know? Men are supposed to be masculine, women are supposed to be feminine. Okay, that's how the Most High made it. Now, if you in a venue, you know what I'm saying, you around some certain women and whatnot, and you trying to talk to them, oh, I don't talk to people. I only talk to people on social media.
Instagram.
But, yo, man, it's bugged out, bro. You damn near missed the 90s, bro. You know what I mean? Before the whole cell phone thing went, you know what I'm saying, crazy. You damn near missed the 90s, man.
I mean, niggas out here, they was niggas growing up in the 90s and you know, the late 80s, man. They were going to school with me, man, all the time, man.
Man, shit, I used to bully some of these niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Smack some. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It's a whole different generation, man. But every generation becomes weaker and weaker. But like the Lord said, He has 7,000 men that has not bowed the knee to Baal. So we're not down with this goddamn society. Right? We do not prescribe to the society. We obviously, you know, are in the flesh, so we have to live, survive, so that we work. Motherfuckers call us bummites. We all got jobs. We work, deal with, you know, women, you know what I'm saying, take care of shit, so on, deal with our families, so on and so forth. Brothers got children and whatnot, man. So this is what we gotta do. But we're not of this world. You know, our mind has departed from this world. We on a whole other planet field. We up here, and you people are all the way down here. Because guess what? When you go into the Bible, you read the first verse, you're fucking lost. You don't know what the hell is going on. Read the first verse of the Bible. You don't know what's going on. All right? You see what I'm saying? So we all the way up here, you people, you know what I'm saying, on the base level. Yeah, read on, brother.
Yep. O virgin daughter of Babylon.
That's America.
Sit on the ground.
Sit on the ground. Why? Why is that? What are you doing?
All right. Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
Because the Lord's getting ready to knock you devils off the throne, man. All right? See what I'm saying? That's you so-called white people. You gotta come down, man. It's time for you devils to come down, man. And see what it feels like to be at the bottom. Because you've been at the bottom before. But you know what happened to people when they're in a position they really not supposed to be in, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to handle power. This man Esau, he's running rampant, man. He's running rampant. You lose for that little season and ran rampant. And all kind of wickedness in the world, man. What the fuck? It's why? Because you're the physical counterpart of Satan. So Satan told him, where the hell you been, Satan? Oh, I've been in the world going up and down in it. You know what I'm saying? And Esau is his physical counterpart. That's why these devils are all throughout the world wreaking fucking havoc. You know? Causing wars, destroying lands, poisoning water, doing this, doing that. Yeah, brother.
There is no throne,
There is no throne,
O daughter of the Chaldeans.
O daughter of the Chaldeans, man. Because why? The Chaldeans were the sorcerers of ancient Babylon. You know, the so-called wise men of ancient Babylon. So who were the wise men of this Babylon? The Council of 13, the so-called Illuminati. They call themselves the Enlightenment. And one of the things that is in that book, all right, is that what? At the end of this whole thing, they're going to reveal themselves. The word Illuminati is like a household word now. Everybody, even your grandmama know about it now. Everybody know about this Illuminati thing now. Because why? Because we in the beginning stages of this new world order. All right? We are in the new world order. All right? The only thing that got to be established now is that M to the O to the P. M to the M-O-T-E. That's all that has to be established now.
Yes,
Once that's established, there you have it, man. That's right. And that's what they working on diligently. Yeah, buddy.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right, and that's what America, all the people around the world has looked at America and called America tender and delicate. Oh, it's the land of many opportunities. This is the land of, how you call it? Streets are paved with gold, so on and so forth, man. You know? America's gonna be turned into fucking heaps, man. It's gonna be turned into a dunghill. You know? What's that in is it Zechariah? Who tells you, oh, thou Babylon before Zerubbabel, thou shalt become a plain? Get that. I gotta fucking remember where it's at.
Take the millstones and grind mill.
Right, take the millstone and grind mill. Right?
Uncover thy locks.
Uncover thy locks. See, a woman is supposed to be, covered, especially if she's married, she's supposed to be covered up, man. Because your body and your beauty is only supposed to be for your man. So these Arabs got them bitches in order as far as that goes. Well, not really, because the Taliban, they fell, they came back into power, and the women were out there protesting, because for 20 years, they were sucking up that American, wine, man. So thick feminism and women's rights and all that came over there. So the Taliban, they came out there, they had guns, they were shooting the guns in the air, and them bitches started scattering them. Then they was grabbing them up, smacking the shit out of them, and putting them back in order. And that's what's gonna happen, man. You women are gonna get put back in fucking order, all right? Nothing put a woman back in order but like violence, man, okay? I ain't telling you to go home and beat on your fucking woman, okay? But when women were getting beat on, they were more in order. They were more in order when they were getting beat on. You know what I mean? Okay?
Take the millstones and grind mill. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg.
To expose America, man. And America is being exposed for all the madness that's going on, man. I was watching something this morning on Prohibition. And Prohibition was started up by the Rockefellers, man. Because at one time you could fuel a car with ethanol. All right? So
you can use corn to make that too.
Yeah, well, it show you in that movie, what's that movie with Shia LaBeouf, man? Damn, man.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Damn, and they got the dude that played Bane in it too as his older brother.
Yeah. I forget, it's that Lawless. I think it's
Lawless, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. But when you watch that movie, it show you how the kid, he was using moonshine to power the car. You know what I'm saying? So you could have done that at one time. So when Rockefeller did, he said, listen, we'll allow this, but what you're going to have to do is mix it with petroleum so it can't be drinkable, you know? So that's how they started up the whole Prohibition thing. They even had people that were rallying to take certain verses about drinking wine in the Bible out the Bible because of Prohibition. They had groups like that set up, man. You see what I'm saying? So Esau has been, manipulating the society for quite some time, man. Now we all know about, medicine and whatnot, man. How they found a loophole to make all kind of money off of petroleum, you know, with these tablets and all that, man. But medicine, the scripture tell you the Lord has made medicines from the earth, man. These different herbs and whatnot. And if you're an herbalist, they'll outlaw you. They'll put you in jail if you're an herbalist, man. You got people that have figured out how to cure AIDS and whatnot. And guess what they do? They put them in prison. Because they don't want that to get out. Because they ain't going to make them more money if that gets out. You understand? So, that's what this devil has been doing throughout history, man. Lying to the people. And then they'll pay people, like people in Cosmopolitan magazine, they'll pay them to, you know, spread propaganda. Put false, you know, ratios and statistics in magazines that people read. So they could believe in a fucking lie, man. I'm gonna tell you, this man is a liar and the father of it, man. You know? What was that first lie he told? The Lord said, "Where's thy brother?" I don't know. I don't know where he at. I'm not my brother's keeper. You know? That was the first lie. That was a goddamn. That was Cain. And Cain came back as Esau. Yeah, brother.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Yeah, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. All your fucking wickedness, man. It's gonna be uncovered. Right? All the dirt is getting, you know what I'm saying, let out on you. And even when America is destroyed, there's gonna be more dirt that the Lord's gonna have to reveal to us, man, because this devil has done so much fucking wickedness, man. You know, in his rulership, in his tenure, that even some things are hidden from us, man. Only the Lord knows, man. That's why there's a saying, if these walls could talk. If these walls could talk, if these trees could talk here, man, they'll tell you all kind of wickedness these devils done did. Yeah, brother. Got that in our thing? Yeah, you look up type of niggas are not Zachariah from United States. Yeah, we don't show.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Yeah, so white man is being exposed. All the schemes to bring about a new world order. All right, and the Lord is not going to meet you as a man. He came when he was here 2,000 years ago. All right. During the first part of the Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire, all right, he was as a man, but he had some spiritual power, but it wasn't his time yet. Right now, he's coming. This revival of this Roman Empire to destroy your kingdoms, huh? And its full power, its glory.
He come as that lion, man. I'm saying he's coming with as that lion. So read this right fast. Hold on that.
This is Zechariah chapter 4, verse 7.
Right.
Who art thou, O great mountain?
Now, what's that great mountain talking about? It's talking about America. Okay? All the prophets knew about this fucking place, man. They all knew about this goddamn place. Right? So it says, who art thou, O great mountain? You know? Before Zerubbabel, if you look up the word Zerubbabel, it means destroyer of Babel. Destroyer of Babylon. Right, which in the spirit we believe is King David. Okay? Before Zerubbabel, what?
Thou shalt become a plain.
Thou shalt become a plain. You know what? A fucking desert, man. That's what America's going to go to, man. Which America is a lowland anyway. America is between two great mountain ranges, the Appalachian Mountains and the Rocky Mountains. Rocky Mountains? Yeah, I believe it's the Rocky Mountains and the Appalachian Mountains, man. So America is that plain in the middle of it, man. But it's also low, you know, spiritually. And now what's going to happen is that everything you see that was built up is going to get leveled and decimated by nuclear destruction. So it's going to become a plain. So that's why it says, now great mountain before Zerubbabel, the destroyer of Babylon, right? So the Most High is going to use. So the Heavenly Father is tearing this place down spiritually right now. Us coming out here, you see the demons that was acting up earlier. Us coming out here is tearing this place down spiritually. But guess what? The Heavenly Father is going to let this place be destroyed physically by nuclear missiles, man. So this place is going to become a fucking plain. And it's going to be left as a memorial on how not to live, man, or how not to rule, man. Okay? It says, and he shall bring forth the headstone whereof the shouting, crying. Who's the headstone? That's Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai is the headstone. How are we doing that? By coming out here teaching about Yahweh Shai, we're pushing Yahweh Shai. We're not pushing ourselves, all right? We're pushing Yahweh Shai. Okay? Bringing forth the headstone with shoutings, man. Okay? Crying, grace, unto it. That's right. And that headstone, like I said, is Yahweh Shai. He's that chief cornerstone, man. All right? Without Yahweh Shai, we will not be established, man. You see what I'm saying? We won't be established without Yahweh Shai. And that's what we're seeking. We're seeking to be established once again. He looked like hey, so he might.
I'm sorry, I thought that was
yeah, bro.
Did on that?
Okay. Hey, Ishmael, you got Isaiah 47 stuff?
It's Isaiah 47, and I'm going to start at 3 again. Isaiah 47 and 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Right, and a lot of the wickedness is coming out now on America, man. From different avenues. I mean, they're bringing out all kind of wickedness, books that we go through, so on and so forth. And now here it is with this social media, TikTok and Twitter, and you know what I'm saying, all different kind of stuff is being brought out, man. Right? All different kind of stuff about the Clintons and these different political, you know what I'm saying, figures. Yeah, Pizzagate. What did Hillary Clinton say? What's your favorite food? I like all kinds of pizza. And you know what that's called for? That's what she said.
I know she said that, but she's full of shit.
She said that's code word for she like little children. You know what I'm saying?
All kinds,
yeah, if you can see what really goes on behind the closed doors of the society, man, you know, you will be appalled. I told the Jake about how they used to eat our people. He said, oh my God, he left, man. He was appalled, man. What these people are doing behind closed doors, they murdering children, they sacrificing people, they worshiping Satan. You know, listen, man, it's a cruel world, man. It's an evil world, man.
Who was that motherfucking so-called rabbi? Yeah, he came out saying that how he put beat and then he's like, where's that line? People ain't gonna believe it. People ain't gonna to tell them, you know, something about it. Nobody gonna believe it.
Cannabis.
We're not cannibals. Gonna believe it. That's what we and it makes sense because really, think about it. You got millions of people that eat McDonald's worldwide, right? That'd be an extension of cows. McDonald's in Russia, Japan, China. So that's a circle too. You gotta think plant-based meat. Beyond burger. Yeah, beyond burger. Then somebody right there, it's not meat, that fuck is it? What is it?
It's soil and green. What was soil and green? Soil and green is people. That's what Charleston Heston said. Soil and green at the end. We gotta tell them. They need to know. Soil and green is people. What they were doing was people were getting cremated. So they'll take them there and they cremate them. And their ashes, they'll make it into a little cake. Or they'll feed you fucking bugs. You watch that movie Snowpiercer. You ever seen Snowpiercer?
Oh, yeah. I watched the series and the movie.
Guess what? That was a good fucking show. The bars that they gave them? That's a spoiler. Them bars were roaches. They were there, they were, you know what I'm saying? Cooking it up, blending it up, and making little gelatin-like balls and were feeding it to the people. And when they got up in the train, they looked.
He said, yo, don't let them know. Don't let them know. The one that was trying to get his people out of pressure.
Right.
But then at the end, the dude told him, like, yo, the rich dude said was like, yo, Your leader that's an intelligent, he know the balance of this train. You have to have people on top of the bottom. He was like, he knew that already. I used to conversate with him on the phone.
Yeah, man. They show you, man, that this place, man, this place is wickedness, man. Yeah, brother.
Wow.
All right. Verse 3 again. Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Right, America being exposed, you know?
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, so you spoke about Yahweh Shah, how he came as a man 2,000 some odd years ago. But guess what? He's not coming as a man. He's not coming in that form. I mean, he's still going to be, you know, a man, obviously, but he's going to come as an angelic force this time. All right? And it's going to be to take down these people, man. All right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, niggas, you don't belong. You don't belong here in this place. When I say belong, I mean you're not welcome, man. You're treated like, you know, the offskirt of society, man. It's time for these people to pay what they've done to the Lord's chosen people. And the Lord's gonna pay them back. I'm going to speak about them that pierced them. The Lord's gonna fuck them up too. They here somewhere. They're being preserved, nice and, you know what I'm saying? However, I mean, the Lord could have had them having a real bad life, fucked them up, gave them all kind of diseases. You don't never know. You know what I'm saying? We'll find out about that stuff, you know what I'm saying, later. But Yahweh Shah really hate them bastards, man. Those that pierced them, they came back in a reincarnation. And that's an ill lot to have, man. You pierced the son of the Most High, man. You're finished, man. And you know they're gonna be Yahweh Shah personal slaves, boy.
Yeah. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Right. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. That's Yahweh Shah, man. Because the word redeem means to buy back. And how did he buy us back? He bought us back through his blood, man. You know, that was the only price he could pay. You know, he was a man without sin, a lamb without blemish. That's why when you read the Revelation, it tells you about that lamb. You know, we saw with 7 heads, something like this, seven eyes and seven horns, which means complete power and complete understanding. 7 heads is going into something else. It's talking about 7 leaderships in Israel. All right? That's a different scripture. You know?
Sit down silent and get me into darkness.
Yeah, you coming up out of rulership. You getting ready to be pulled out of rulership, Esau. Sit down silent and get thee into darkness.
O daughter of the Chaldean.
O daughter of the Chaldean.
Doesn't see it that way anymore.
You see those people there, you see that? Some of them wearing jeans now. Why? Because they in the West, man. All right? That's why the Taliban had to smack them bitches up the other day, man. Yeah, you gotta watch it. It was all RT. The Taliban that came out there, started shooting off them guns.
Yeah.
Women started scattering. Get back in your place. Yeah, bro.
O daughter of the Chaldeans, thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Right, that's talking about America. No, America is being called the Lady of Kingdoms right now. Because why? Because America is in bed with all nations, man. It's a fucking, it's a war. That's why the scripture refers to it as that Thor upon that dragon, on that beast flock. You know? You know?
I was wroth with my people.
Lord say you pissed off with us. These people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and niggas. That's why we went into slavery, so on and so forth. Yeah?
I have polluted mine inheritance.
Right, and that's why we lost our nationality, our customs, and another people have stolen our identity and our land at that. You know?
And given them into thine hand.
Right. That's why we came over here on cargo slave ships, and we've been in this man's possession for quite some time. You know, to this very day.
Thou didst show them no mercy.
That's right. Don't expect mercy from the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? You had the youngest man, or the youngest man on death row was a young Israelite boy. Young Israelite boy, and they said he murdered some Edomite kids or something like that. When it was proven later on that he could have not done that because he was physically unable to do it. You know? You see what I'm saying? And now, he's been exonerated. What's the point of being exonerated if you already dead? You know what I'm saying? These devils play that fucking game with our people, man. He's been exonerated. He's already fucking dead. What good is exoneration if you're already dead? That's murder. You know? Justice is in that. He's been exonerated. This motherfucker been dead for decades. Have you ever exonerated him? What the fuck do you mean, man? He's in it. He's taking a casket nap. You fucking murdered him. You don't exonerate somebody after you kill him.
He's in that skybox now.
The only way a person can be exonerated, they already in prison. They were found not guilty, okay, and then you exonerate.
It's a fake attempt to right or wrong. You exonerate somebody at death,
right?
Clear their name while they were alive. You let them live that shame.
That's what I'm saying.
It's really not just a whole way of showing remorse. That is not. That's just a way of kind of like making good and they don't really mean it. You know what I'm saying?
They already done the evil, man. They killed the kid. And guess what? They gave him the electric chair. He went out death row style. You know what I'm saying?
It's better to be honored in life.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? But what the scriptures say, that the righteous perish and no man lay it to heart. You know? Men like Abba Bivens, men like King Marshall, men like the high priest, Yaquab. You know, these men are great men. They done passed on into the spiritual world. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Now we believe King Marshall is David. Now if he's David, he got to be Moses. He got to be all these different men, these great men, right? Jacob, so on, Zerubbabel, so on and so forth. These are men that are held in high regard in the society. But when the man was here, what they do? They treated him like shit. You hear about guys having him riding around in a fucking in a truck with no heat, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High's gonna deal with them niggas for that, man. If the Lord ain't deal with them already, man. Yeah, brother. Yeah.
I have polluted mine inheritance.
See that? That's because the Most High polluted his inheritance, man. That's why we're not in the status that we was once in. One time, under the rule of Solomon, man, we was reigning over them nations, man.
I think that was a dude. Yeah, that was a dude, I think.
Wow. Yeah, that's what
you surprised?
I glimpsed. I didn't. Yeah, that's why we don't roll. That's why we don't be rolling out here drunk and get caught slipping. That's why we drink at home, you know, because we got these widows.
Yeah, brother.
All right? And giving them into thine hands.
Right, giving them into the so-called white man's hands. That's why we came over here on cargo stations. That's why the scriptures say they have given a boy for a harlot and a girl for wine that they might drink, man. You were over there in slavery. It shows you that movie, Goodbye Uncle Tom. They were over there emasculating Jake, rubbing that gold dust on him, rubbing that silver dust on him, and making him a bunch of fucking faggots, man. Young Israelite boys, man. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? See, we're not gonna do nothing like that to you devils in slavery, man. All right? We're not gonna do that to you, but we're gonna definitely torture you. We're gonna torture the shit out of you, man.
No sweat glands.
Oh, dogs don't have no sweat glands, so that's why dogs they always panting because they don't have no sweat glands. So when a person say I'm sweating like a dog, really that's an inaccurate statement. The dogs don't got no sweat glands. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know it's just a figure of speech. You know?
Thou didst show them no mercy.
Yeah, thou didst show them no mercy. They ain't had no mercy on our people, man. could have been an 80-year-old man or an 8-year-old boy. They'll deal with you the same damn way. Paul, how you gonna call an 80-year-old man boy? Good?
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
That's right. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, man. You have one of them, the older Jakes, man, your grandfather, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Right, they'll, you know what I'm saying? Do them dirty. Good?
And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
Right, that's what America says. That's why the scriptures say that they say their houses shall continue on to, forever, to, endless generations. Yeah?
So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
Right, you should have laid those things to your heart. That's because the so-called white man doesn't have a fucking conscience, man. Now he'll do things because why? Because he's a damn devil. You know what I'm saying? When you do things, you're supposed to have a conscience, especially if you're doing something that you know is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Esau's the kind of person that, they'll be him and a bunch of Edomites, they'll do some wicked shit. This is going nowhere right here. This dies right here. That's what they'll do. This never happened. You know how many times the so-called white man has said that? This never happened. Man, the Lord done seen everything you did, man. But you say, eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the good and the evil. So when you think you're doing something in secret, you're not doing nothing in secret. Ain't nothing secret to the Most High. You can't get one over on the Heavenly Father. You can't get one over on the Most High. You're not smarter than the Most High, all right? You see what I'm saying? You stupid bastard. You a bunch of damn Edomite, man. You an Edomite, all right? You a fucking Edomite, all right? You damn near, listen, you the lowest creation of the Most High, the Edomite, all right? A fucking earthworm got more fucking use than an Edomite, man. Because the earthworm is not causing death and destruction upon the earth, it's you fucking devils, man. That's why when we get you devils in the service, we going to chastise you. Man, we going to beat the living shit out of you devils, man.
Job chapter 14, verse 5.
Jumping them.
Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are weekly.
Right, so there's a finish line to your rulership, man. There's a line that you cannot pass, man. And we right there on that line, damn near, man. We right there at the borderline. Only thing you got to do is bring on that MOTB. Once you bring that shit on and World War III commences, it's a wrap. It's over with. It's over with, man. Okay? That's really the only major things we're waiting for. The MOTB and World War III. Once that happens, because the horses, you read Revelation 6, the black horse is already there. The red horse, we already know that's been here. You know what I'm saying? Now you going with these families and food shortages and whatnot, that white horse, that pale horse is going to come. And then the white horse is the Howard Shai, or the ships, the chariots, the angels and whatnot. So everything is right there.
I run my own fucking life.
Everything is right there, man. We putting you devils up there on them, crucifying you devils up there, man. Hanging you.
Says, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
The Lord has appointed this man's bounds that he cannot pass, man. All right? When Yahweh Shah come back, you devils are going down. That's the end of your fucking rulership. That's why you had groups like Coldplay singing songs with the lyrics, I used to rule the world. Yeah, you did used to rule the world. The Most High allowed it for a time. Now the time is going to come where they're going to fall. We're going to put them down in them pits, man. All right? Ain't going to be no fucking health insurance. Ain't going to be no health insurance for these devils. Ain't going to be no shelters and all that. Okay? You're going to be suffering in the worst ways, man. Scripture say we're going to recompense you, you know what I'm saying? Double. Yeah, brother.
Ezekiel chapter 39. Right, so what does that mean, man? These people are gonna be our slaves, man. To be an employee, when you look it up, is really to be a slave, man. Okay?
Passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that
Yeah, because we're not gonna be burying nobody. We're not gonna be burying nobody. We're gonna make these heathens bury people, man. Because when in this destruction, there's gonna be a lot of dead bodies out there in the Middle East, man. So we're gonna have to have somebody bury them. We're gonna enslave these other nations and make them bury everybody. And when it's gonna say they're gonna be burying them for 7 months, right? You know?
with the passengers, those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it after the end of 7 months.
That 7 is a representation of completion. They're gonna be working, burying bodies until the job is finished, man. Don't ask me what time you're going home. You're going to work till the fucking job is finished, man. You ain't gonna treat Esau like no cousin, man. Like, he gonna be brother Noopsy, man. Coming to America. You know? That's from the cult classic Golden Child. Mr. Yah. Mr. Golden. You know. My dear brother Noopsy has forgiven me. Ah, man. You goddamn devils. Man, you should have considered your latter end, man. And then you're going to have the parable of Lazarus and the rich man coming to pass, man.
3 children. One
What's
15
y'all
year old,
going?
1 6-year-old, and my daughter is a firecracker who's going to turn 4 next year. She enjoys
That's just from the fucking news, man. What the hell, everybody? Do the right thing. Come on, man. Say do the right thing. Everybody got a motherfucking toolbox, man.
It says, Isaiah 61 and verse 4, and they shall build the old wastes,
and they shall build their own waste. In other words, where buildings used to be at one time, is going to get built back, man. You know, the city of David, so on and so forth. And the Heavenly Father also got a blueprint of how the kingdom of heaven is going to be set up, man. Them gates and like you spoke about, certain men's names, put engraved in the how you call it, foundations of the place, man. Yeah, the streets gonna be paved with gold, man. It's gonna be so clean, man. It's gonna be transparent. When you polish, you got like a gold, some gold. You polish it up real, you can see up that's when you got pure gold, man. None of that 14 karat stuff.
they shall raise up the former desolations.
They shall raise up the former desolations, man. You know what I'm saying? They still digging and finding artifacts and different things from the time we were ruling over there to this very day, man. A couple of years ago, they said they found the city of the prophet Isaiah. We're gonna revive a lot of the waste, man. We're gonna revive it. I mean, we ain't gonna physically revive it. We're gonna have our heat while slaves do it, man. So they found ice.
Six and Judah, right? They found some nice, man. Spirit bearing witness, man. That's Jake. Playing rolling dice, CeeLo, 456,
I don't want to be in the video. I want to go out of town. On 23rd. Somebody smoking.
And it says, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations.
We shall prepare the waste cities, the desolation of many generations. It's going to be, I'm saying, revived. You know what I mean? But I'm going to come down,
I think they closing up.
that's the spirit. Hey, so with that, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Shalom to the elect.
Abba, Baba.